Please welcome the engineers. Once again, good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to Rensselaer in Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's ECAC matchup between the Bobcats of Quinnipiac University and your Engineers of Rensselaer. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from Quinnipiac, starting in the goal, number 35, Andrew Shortridge. At left defense is number 3, Peter DeLibertore. At right defense, number 13, Chase Prisky. The starting forwards for Quinnipiac. At left wing, number 20, Craig Martin. The starting forward, number 16, William Falstrom. And at right wing, number 8, Alex Whalen. The rest of the Quinnipiac Bobcats, their head coach is Rand Pecknold. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Engineers of RPI. Leading your Engineers on the ice tonight, please welcome the junior engineer, Mitch Harling. And once again, please welcome Puckman. Starting in the goal for the Engineers, a freshman from Cambridge, Ontario, number 31, Owen Savory. On defense, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, number 27, Shane Bear. At right defense, a senior from Sparta, New Jersey, number 4, Tommy Grant. Starting forward line for the Engineers at left wing, he's a junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 17, Todd Burgess. The starting center for the Engineers, a junior from Duluth, Minnesota, number 9, Mears Moore. And at right wing, a junior from Avon, Connecticut, number 12, Chase Zeke. And the rest of the Engineers, their head coach, Dave Smith, assistant coaches, Dan Jewell and Chuck Weber. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to center ice. The RPI men's hockey team wrapped their sticks with pride tape during warm-ups in an effort to spread the message of acceptance and respect within the hockey community. The goal is to create culture change where locker rooms and spectators focus on athletic and work ethic and team spirit, not sexual orientation or gender identity. In support and celebration of the inaugural Pride Night, please welcome City of Troy Mayor Patrick Madden, the Associate Vice President of Student Life and Director of Athletics, Dr. Lee McElroy. And joining them at center ice, Quinnipiac's men's hockey captain, Chase Prisky, and RPI men's hockey captain, Tommy Grant. Thank you, gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor and respect our two great nations, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the national anthems of Canada and the United States of America, sung by the Albany Gay Men's Chorus.
Oh, Canada, so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Started with the first period of play. We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI men's and women's ice hockey, football, and baseball later in the year. Also, I'd like to remind you that WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to www.wrpi.org, and so long as we're broadcasting, we will provide broadcast on our internet feed. Once again, that is www.wrpi.org. Also, if you're a current student and you'd like to try your hand at sports broadcasting, just throw us an email at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu, and we'll do our best to get you on the air. There are opportunities this season for baseball, if you feel so inclined later on to give that a shot, and then men's and women's ice hockey next season. So if you do that, give us an email at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu.
Yeah, go for it. Joe's out there trying to recruit, and so hopefully we're going to get some folks in here that want to call some games. It's a lot of fun, especially when the team's winning, scoring 6 goals like they did last night. Can't guarantee that, but we can all but guarantee that. Can we say that on the air, Ed?
Yes.
We can all but guarantee RPI scoring 6 goals. Ready to go here with number 6, Quinnipiac, a team that RPI was able to beat last year, 5-3, thanks to a natural hat trick from Victor Liljegren. And while Victor's not here anymore, it's over back in Sweden scoring goals as we get an early icing call just 9 seconds into the game on Quinnipiac. Send the faceoff back down into Bobcats territory.
Yeah, 1951 left to play in the first, and no score. RPI Quinnipiac RPI really they get to do the face-off over. This time it's in the Quinnipiac zone, so we can guarantee it's fun though.
That's true. Face-off here, pushed back. It'll be corralled and cleared by Chase Prisky, one of the top offensive defensemen in the country. Worked in deep to the far corner. Todd Burgess wrapped off his stick and played along for Zeke. Corralled by DeLibatore here for Prisky. He's on the move, watched by Bear. Picked up Tommy Grant, senior captain from Sparta, New Jersey for RPI. Burgess back to the near side of his own zone, and now towards the line, delayed offside here. Bobcats clear the zone, Engineers take over. Bear, cross ice near side connection to Gornall, slapped off his stick neatly by DeLibatore. Tipped in deep now by Craig Martin, as Quinnipiac will get a change. Owen Savory to play it off here for Bear. Up the near side boards and out to center. Turned around quickly by Bongiovanni. Stolen away though by Riley. On for Gornall, far side wall. Bouncing puck to the near side. Gathered up by Quinnipiac, and they move to center. DeJong, centering pass was Shiplow trying to flip it in. That's broken up. And a shot off the glass behind the netminder. Now it's out to center. Whiffen, far side carry, crosses the red line, shoots it in. Around to the near corner, Morello cycling for Whiffen. This line very effective yesterday. Back to the point. Thought about a shot. Ferner takes one, he scores!
Well, that's a good way to get on the board and gain your confidence that we were talking about with Coach Smith. Nice pass to Brady Ferner right on the blue line. Ferner tees up the slap shot, and Andrew Shortridge saw it, but it must have fell through his path. We'll see what happened here. Yeah, he saw it, and he just wasn't in a good position, and it just went past him. So 1-0 RPI, 18:28 left to play in the first, as Brady Ferner gives RPI the lead.
Face off, we're going to do it over again. 18:27 on the clock here. As it'll be a center ice face off after the goal. RPI on top 1-0. One back by the Bobcats. And now worked into the zone behind the cage. Joe O'Connor back there, wrapped up with Ferner. Has scored his second goal of the season. Moments ago is a hit in the near side corner by Hallbauer. Bobcats stay on it. Played back to the point for Chuksta, and Carlos Chuksta in a backtrack here. It's actually going to be picked up by Zach Metza. Left aside by Shortridge. We thought we'd have a low-scoring game, but we already have a tally. The Engineers are on the board in the opening 2 minutes. Tie up in the near side corner, RPI zone now. It'll be played by Riley. And stolen away by Quinnipiac in the corner. Scott Davidson tried to feed it down low. It's intercepted and outplayed by TJ Samick. Picked it up an assist yesterday. On for Lepinen, one of the few Engineers that didn't get on the score sheet. Lepinen has 13 assists on the season. He walks it out in front, trying to find Linden. And that pass just off the mark. Linden was tied up there. It was actually a good look by Lepinen. Behind the cage, Tour Linden twisting and turning. Centering pass and a jam try wide off the stick of Bowman. Lifted up the near side boards out to center. Grant there. He'll turn back towards his own end, throw it off the glass. Bouncing puck into Quinnipiac and corralled by Rafferty. He'll go back behind the goal. Brogan Rafferty across for DeLiberatore, and now lifted towards the RPI line. Turned back instead towards his own zone by Rafferty, who goes D to D. Luke Shiplow just onto the ice. Back for Rafferty up the boards into RPI territory. Shot near side by the goaltender all the way out of the zone. That was Savory using his goalie stick there. And now Bear behind the goal, trying to tap it onto the near corner. Mears Moore, he's wrapped up. Grant there to help out, trying to work it back to the point, but Burgess steals it away, but he gives it away. Shot goes wide off the stick of Whalen. Back to the point, redirected in front. Whalen got a lot of that one. Tipped it to the corner, far side. Bouncing puck, Grant trying to find it, finally comes to the ice. It'll be fought for by Moore and Whalen. Bounding to the far side of the RPI zone. Zeke tried to throw it out to center. Gets it as far as neutral ice, where it's picked up by Bear near side. He'll cross the red line and dump it deep. 1-0 RPI, a little over 4 minutes into the first period. Worked up the far wall by the Bobcats they're in. Odin Tufto. Not a very big kid, listed at 5'7", 175, but he packs a punch. 38 points on the year for him. Glove down at center ice, trying to turn it around quickly is Boudreau. But RPI thwarts that entry into the zone. Quinnipiac starts over again at center. Tufto going to ring it in. Waiting for it, whiffing in the near corner. He's watched by Wyatt Bongiovanni. And now stolen away. A centering pass was broken up. Stayed behind the goal. Shot off the base of the net. Was a quick one by De Jong rather. And now a shot comes in by Prisky up into the netting, and we get a stoppage here. Second shot on goal for the Bobcats, who have a 2-1 advantage in that department. The only shot for the Engineers went in. We have 15-10 to play in the first. 1-0 RPI.
Yeah, and here's an interesting stat for you. When the opponent scores first for Quinnipiac, when the opponent scores first, Quinnipiac is 4-4-0. And when they score first, they're 17-2-1. So much different team. Not that really makes a difference, you know, this early in the game, but interesting nonetheless.
Yeah, it's still an interesting look at how teams fare when they play from behind and ahead. But you're right, a lot of times that's just a number. And with so much left in this game to be determined, we'll just look at the end how the result ends up here. This is shot deep. Going to be icing unless the Engineers win the race, and they do. Played behind. Near side corner. Now it's Lee behind the goal. Stolen away from him by Prisky. Turns it back behind. DeLiberatore. Far side connection. That was Burgart who played it in. Lifted it in the air towards the point. DeLiberatore, and we got a hand pass. That's a lot to fit on the back of a uniform there, DeLiberatore.
Yeah, well, I'm used to those hard names,
That's
last
right.
name to pronounce. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I can
and that
say
that threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
So.
I can say Dergary, and I still can't spell it. I have to look it up every single time. Anyway, 14:38 to play first period, 1-0 RPI leading number 6 Quinnipiac. Already had an upset in women's hockey today. The Engineers beating number 5 Princeton 2-1 at Hobie Baker Rink to clinch a spot in the playoffs, regardless of how next weekend goes at home for RPI. As it goes bounding to the side, it's Colgate and Cornell coming to town, by the way. Other way around, I think, but you get the gist of it. Shot comes in, fluttering in on goal, and Savory deals with that, covers up. As a little bit of a fake cross-check from Scott Davidson, excuse me, that's O'Connor. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, yeah, good win for the women against Princeton. Princeton was leading the ECAC, but we got to clarify, not necessarily at home for the playoffs. They just clinched the playoff spot.
Did I say at home? No, they're home next weekend. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Next weekend they're home. Yeah, they need some results next weekend to have home ice, but even to have it to be in the conversation is a huge deal for Coach Vines and the Engineers. Face off in the RPI end here, 14:09 to play in the first. Shots are 3-1 Bobcats, and they win the draw. Shot comes in over the top off the stick of Rafferty, hits off the glass to the far side. Trying to work it back here is Martin. Point shot blocked high in the air. It's going to go behind the goal, but come down along the boards. Whalen turning with it now is Martin. To the near side point, hands it off. Shiplow trying to step around Burgess. That didn't work. And he'll feed it out to center. Turn back quickly. It'll be slapped into the zone by senior Craig Martin out of Trail, British Columbia. And this is going to hop out of play. We'll get a whistle. 13:38. A little bit of a stop and start first period, but the Engineers have taken advantage from their only chance, their only shot. It was almost a non-chance goal, if you think about it, Ed. It was a point shot that I felt like, at least we both felt like, the Shortridge saw all the way, and he just didn't handle it.
Yeah, and it looked like Shortridge. And the best comparison I can make is, you know how when you're in baseball and you play the field and you catch a fly ball the wrong way? That's what it looked like Shortridge. Shortridge had the glove the wrong way, and it just sneaked underneath his glove.
I've heard about that happening to people, but I've never dropped a fly ball.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's like you see it all the way, but maybe you take your eye off it, or something catches your eye, and you. Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So, anyway, regardless of how it went in, and Brady Ferner will take it. The assist from the point was from Kyle Hallbauer. So, good look from them. And the RPI defense scores again. 13:38 left to play in the first. 1-0 RPI in Quinnipiac. And since that goal, the ice has been tilted in Quinnipiac's favor. They have 3 shots to RPI's 1, but fortunately for the Engineers, their 1 shot went in, and Quinnipiac's 3 haven't.
RPI can keep its 100% shooting percentage for the time being. I'm sure they don't mind. Back to action here after our first media stoppage of the game. Shot in by the Bobcats. They will look to track it down along the near side boards, but it's RPI who comes away with it. Tommy Grant shoots it off the glass, far side, knocked out of the air by Chuksta, fed back in by RPI to the near side. Around behind it goes. Zach Metza, freshman from Delafield, Wisconsin, took a hit back there. And it'll be poked away by Gornell. Continues to put the pressure on Metza. DeYoung on for Tuftown. Now into the zone they come. Bongiovanni in on goal from the blue line, and it'll be covered up by Savory.
And, smart by Owen Savory. He really has to manage the game. I mean, you hate to say that about a goaltender, but he has to, be aware when to cover the puck, when not to. Quinnipiac likes to crash the net, and so far Owen Savory, doing the smart thing, slowing the game down and holding on to it when you need to hold on to it, forcing the face-off. 13:01 left to play in the first, 1-0 RPI.
Draw in the RPI zone. 1 back by the Bobcats, but it leaves the zone. Prisky back to his own end to pick it up for Quinnipiac, trying to wing it ahead. I think he got a tip to it, so no icing here. Played around far side, Joe O'Connor, sophomore from Hamden, Connecticut. Hometown team for him As Ott's going to lift it out to center ice. Picked it up by Prisky, trying to play on further. Tapped around one man. Kept along by DeJong. Now a shot and a mask save. Rebound put just wide. An opportunity there for Daniel Winslow. And he couldn't track down. I think it was a bouncing puck and ended up going just wide of the goal. Prisky now shoots it off the end boards. Trying to chop at it there was Winslow again. It'll be cleared out by RPI and over everyone's head. And down ice for an icing call. It's really been all Quinnipiac here. The one venture RPI made into the offensive zone, they made it count for the goal.
Yeah, and you know, RPI will take it if each time they go into the offensive zone, they're going to score a goal. So I'm sure they'll take it. 12-14 left to play in the first period here in this one. 1-0 RPI on RPI's lone shot of the game. A wrister from Brady Ferner that sort of handcuffed Andrew Shortridge.
Draw coming up once again in the RPI zone. One back to the point. Rafferty shoots it around behind. It'll carry him to the far corner. Donovan Ott trying to clear. Does out to center. It hit Shiplow. And RPI is able to shoot it all the way down. Maybe get a change they were looking for. Now Rafferty, junior from Dundee, Illinois. Tipped into the RPI zone. And we got a delayed offside. So Savory thought about covering with no one else around but teammates. He hands it off. Ahead. Lapping into the zone near side carry. Drop pass. Nice move. Walking in. A quick shot. And a good try there for Bowman. As you talk about his hands, his ability to shoot the puck. Always dangerous when he gets below the dots, and he showed it off there with a good try. Shortridge able to keep it out. Now Leppinen near side of the attacking zone. Trying to glove it down, and it's Germain who does and steers it on out to center. Now Fallstrom. Into the RPI zone, centering pass, broken up, second try. That one actually got all the way through on a redirect to Lombardi, and his shot went wide. Karam to the far side corner. Little drop pass there, picked off by Bowman in the far circle. He'll shoot it off the glass and out to center ice. Picked up there by Carlos Chukska out of Riga, Latvia. Going to flip it into the RPI zone near side. It was Boudreau. And now picked up by Hallbauer to the half wall. Pass Leppinen kept in. Shot coming right on. Saved by Savory. Rebound is still loose. And it is somehow still under Owen Savory.
Yeah, Owen Savory spread out on the ice to make that save. And did a good job gathering that one underneath his pad. May have been aided by his defenseman to help him get it under that pad. So we'll see here. But no,
he squeezed the pads together. It was a nice play.
Pass together. Nice play on that by Owen Savory. 10:54 left to play in the first. 1-0 RPI over Quinnipiac.
And get our monitor going here so we can watch along with everybody else. Maybe. Well, we'll get it squared away. 10:52 to play. And puck cleared to center. On comes Zeke. On the move, we'll take a quick wrist shot. Loose in front, swept away. Good defensive effort. That was Bongiovanni, the winger, back checking there to maybe save a goal. As it's worked back behind the cage. Lifted through center. Good connection. Bongiovanni down the middle. Hands it off. Tufto. Tufto a drop pass. Wrist shot just wide off the stick of Di Liberatore. And now back out to center it comes. Prisky. Scanning the zone, walking his way in, trying to walk all the way in. Johnson broke it up. And now Jake Johnson, the freshman from Bloomington, seeing big minutes in his freshman campaign here for RPI. Move along for Zeke and into the zone. Corralled there by Martin. He'll turn it up the far side. Quinnipiac likes to play very fast. The Engineers would like to do the same. As a good measuring stick for RPI is this Quinnipiac team who beat RPI 3-0 in at Quinnipiac earlier this year. Back on November 9th, excuse me, in Hamden. Tie up, good pinch by Samek to keep it alive. He'll work it around to the far corner. Whiffin on his horse, over to pick it up. He'll cycle. Morello goes into the corner with Rafferty. Nice play by Morello, winning that puck battle. To the point, tough handle there for Grant, but he does. Wrapping it down low. Whiffin, nice handoff there. Whiffin waiting, back to the point. Grant, wrist shot coming, he hammered it just wide. I don't think that Shortridge saw that at all, as Tommy Grant wired it wide of the goal. Whiffin crosses the red line again after RPI had to reset on a clear. But the Engineers doing a good job giving it back to the Bobcats a little bit here after being stuck in their own end for the early stages of this period. 9 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 RPI on top here of number 6 Quinnipiac. as Chuksta's back to pick it up. 17 points on the year for Carlos Chuksta, a goal and 16 assists. This is worked along by Davidson, stolen away by Laka. Broke a big-time scoring drought to Jacob Laka last night. Hadn't scored since November against UMass Lowell. Now a centering feed in front, and a save made by Savory point blank. He denied O'Connor there with a glorious scoring opportunity.
Nice job by Savory staying where he was and not panicking and making the save as Quinnipiac put a rush together. On that last rush for RPI, it was a good save by Shortridge as it was Todd Burgess crashing the net, and it was just out of his reach. Otherwise, RPI probably would have had their second goal, as that was wide open if Burgess could just reach that one. But Andrew Shortridge beat him for that one. We're going to get a break here while the ice people come out and shovel the snow off the ice. So shot 9-2 in favor of the Bobcats. But RPI has the 1-0 lead on the goal by Brady Ferner on an assist from Kyle Hallbauer and Brady Whiffen. So just a simple shot from the point, just a wrist shot that went in that Andrew Shortridge saw all the way, just somehow sneaked past him. He was out of position on it, and it went into the back of the net. As everybody here was surprised it went in. I think Brady Ferner was surprised it went in too, based on his reaction. A little delayed reaction for Ferner, but it went in, and RPI has the 1-0 lead.
Absolutely, and take a look around scores around ECAC hockey. Colgate leads Brown 1-0 in Providence. Harvard 2, Clarkson 1 up in Potsdam. St. Lawrence leading Dartmouth 1-0 at Appleton. Not too many more games left in the old Appleton before they start those renovations up there. Princeton and Union are tied. They're still scoreless over in Schenectady. Cornell 0, Yale 0 at the Whale. Face off in the RPI zone coming up here. See a flash going off of there. Must be new puckman making his way around. Ed's going to have to get a photo with new puckman between periods or something. We'll see. Poked to center. DeLiberatore gets it as far as the RPI line, taken over by Samick. Now the Calgary native, Shane Bear, going to shoot it deep. Fed near side, glove down Lepinin. Poked off his stick in the end, out to center by Burgard. Into the RPI zone come the Bobcats. Shot and a glove save. Quick shot there, Lombardi, but Savory saw it all the way.
Nice job by Owen Savory, flashing the leather, making the save, and keeping Quinnipiac off of the scoreboard. So good job there by Owen Savory. There actually is a picture of me with old Puckman. I'm holding the stuffed Puckman they had off a freak out.
Which iteration are we? The red Puckman or the new?
Yeah, the red Puckman.
Red Puckman. They went black. Then there was the blackout line Puckman. Yep.
And it's in the archives, which is in the library.
All right, good. Well, if you're ever near the RPI library, you can go check out Ed there. Riley down the middle. I might just for fun. Bouncing puck in the zone, corralled there, centering pass in front, turning to his tough toe, and he ran out of room there as he tried to jam it past Savory, but he never got his stick on it. But he was open in front of the goal. Bongiovanni found him. Puck goes back behind the cage. Tough toe, wheeling and dealing, trying to get away from Riley. Takes a shot, blocked by Riley. Kept in at the point. Rafferty, stick handling. Make that Shiplow. Throws it off the back of the net, chased by Whiffen. Still Shiplow. Penalty, nope, they wave off the hand pass, I guess, there. I saw an arm flash up, but it wasn't for anything important. Tufto played near side. Bongiovanni throws it in front. Glove down by Johnson. He'll skate to center. Hands it off there. Brady Ferner, or make it Gornell rather. Looking to center. Nice breakup. Rafferty laid the stick along the ice. Then he takes a hit from Whiffen. Carried around to the near side. Gornell trying to center. Bouncing puck. Waved at by Moore. Kept alive by Hallbauer on the chop. 7 minutes to go first period. 1-0 is the RPI lead here. Perry and Ed from the Houston Fieldhouse, and slowed down almost to a stop here is Shiplow. Near side connection, Rafferty lifts it up the boards. Battle for the puck, moving in Whalen. Runs into Hallbauer down there. And it's Whalen turning back towards the near corner and the half wall. Back to the point. Fake a shot, Metza through traffic. Had to make it through 3 or 4 guys there, never did. Pops right back to Metza at the point. Another wrist shot way wide. Caroms around to the far side where it's kept alive by Chuksta. Back behind the RPI cage. Shots are 10-2 Bobcats after the Engineers rallied up 18-6 advantage in shots against Princeton after one period yesterday. been a little more tightly checked here between these two clubs. On comes Martin. Crossing center, flipping to the RPI line, broken up by Lee. Played by Laka. Near side makes a move around Metza, but he stands him up. Chukska works it up the wall. Whalen twisting and turning, nearly lost the puck. Battling for it on all the way. All the way to the corner it goes. RPI trying to force a turnover. Big hit there. Could have been a hit from behind on Lee as he continues to do battle in the corner. Finally he gets separation from his man. It's cleared out to center. Thought RPI might have gotten away with something there. 5:40 to play, first period, 1-0 the Engineers lead. They dump it in. Chuksta waits for it behind the cage. He'll slow it up as Laka will back off. RPI in the middle of a partial change as it's flipped down ice. Winslow had to deal with Bear, but gets a touch on the puck. Shane Bear behind the RPI goal, plays it far side wall. Up the boards by Bowman. Poked at by DeLiberatore. And loose pocket center. Now we got a penalty coming up. They're going to get, I believe, Winslow for boarding. I think. 5:16 to play in the first period. It looks like RPI is going on the power play. It might have been retaliation for the hit that, Quinnipiac thought there might have been a penalty there. Anytime you feel, mistreated, I guess, Ed, it fires you up if you don't get that penalty call. And I think that might have been the case here, but it was just a hit against the wall. And this one, in my opinion, just as borderline as the one they didn't call. So what do I know?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I think that was a borderline call too. But you're right. I think the ref thought he was retaliating on that. So I think the referees thought it was more illegal than it was. But I agree more with the Lee one than I did with that one, actually. So
yeah, what do we know though? We're just sitting up here on chairs and a stool. I mean, it's a power play for RPI. We can't get away from that. First chance for the Engineers on the man advantage. Tonight they're at 14.8% on the year, 13 out of 88. And Quinnipiac on the kill, pretty good, 86.6, 84 out of 97 killed off. This is our last media stoppage here. Ed, any comments here? The shots are 10-2. Doesn't quite feel like that, but you are what the stats are. You are what your record is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and RPI came out. They scored the quick goal. And then Quinnipiac really took over, but Owen Savory has been doing a great job keeping RPI in this game. But RPI has the power play. We'll see what they can do on the power play here against the Bobcats.
Puck goes behind the goal, wrapped near side and cleared out to center. Todd Burgess knocks it down there. Junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, had a goal and an assist last night against Princeton. Stopped a 3-game losing streak against the Tigers. The RPI first win for Dave Smith against Princeton. Back to the point, Johnson. Far point, Hallbauer. He's got quite a shot. They'll try to set that up. Burgess, he'll wire one in, and that's held onto by Shortridge. Looks like he saw that one all the way and didn't allow a rebound.
Yeah, 4:47 left to play in the first. 1-0 RPI over Quinnipiac. Shortridge saw that one all the way, and it went into his glove and not preventing the rebound. But RPI taking the shots when they had to take the shots. Not playing with the puck and not trying to be pretty with it. That's a major difference I've been seeing so far compared to years past. Is they're taking shots when when they can, and the opportunities present themselves.
Face off in the the Quinnipiac zone. 1:32 to go on the power play for RPI. To the point, Bear. Riley Rister hit a shin pad and pops on out to center. RPI will have to reset there. Bear, near side for Riley. He'll wing it in. Around to the far corner it goes, broken up by DeYoung. Chopped at by Zeke, but it's going to be Chuksta who wins that battle and clears it down. Behind his own goal, Savory. Shovels it onto the far boards for Riley, who drops it at center. Rolling puck will be settled down by Shane Bear. Bear on the move, lifts it into the zone, chases after it himself. DeLiberatore behind his own goal, shielding, works it far side. Out to the point, Zeke snaps it near side, Lepinen. Down low, Riley. Right back to the far side, good find, shot over the top by Zeke. He's looking for that top corner again, just missed high. Around to the near corner it goes now. Fed to the far boards, did he get enough on it? Just barely. Well, it was Laka trying to throw some mustard on a backhand pass that finally got to the point. Now another centering try, broken up nicely by Whalen. Whalen behind the goal, steps through a check. Lifting it far side, broken up by Laka. 20 to go in the power play. Backhand clearance, found some room and all the way down. And a big opportunity there for Quinnipiac to change its penalty killers. There's 12 to go on the first power play of this game. 3:25 to go in the first period. 1-0 is the RPI lead. Tipped in deep by Morello, wide of goal. 3 seconds to go on the penalty. Now it's over. Morello kicking at it. Tried to cycle. Gornall's there. 5-on-5 hockey here with 3:09 to go in the period. Point. Carry. It's Hallbauer walking in. Circle. Shot right on. Saved by Shortridge. And the rebound kick to the corner. Chuksta trying to clear. Glove down by Morello. Now gloving it is Whiffen. He keeps the play alive in the zone. Whiffen. Touch pass for Morello. He'll carry behind. Pulls up in the corner. Centering pass. Gornall a drive. Save made by Shortridge. Kicks to the far side now. Engineers on the attack, and this line continues to do work. Kept alive again by Morello along the far boards. Chuksta wrapped up and hit by Gornall. Puck behind the goal. And it'll be picked up and cleared by Martin up the far side. All the way down. Will this be icing? Rolling puck doesn't help the Bobcats as it carries it all the way down. We will have an icing call, and RPI has controlled the second half of this first period as well as Quinnipiac controlled the first.
Yeah, and they're doing it with great vision on the ice, too. They're finding open men and doing a great job getting open. And the passers doing a great job finding the guy who gets open. And, you know, Andrew Shortridge up to the task, too, just as much as Owen Savory was. Shots 10-6 now in favor of Quinnipiac. So RPI coming back in the shot department a little bit, and they still have the lead on the scoreboard 1-0.
Face off here, lifted out of the zone by the Bobcats. This will be played with a high stick if RPI touches it. They do. Draws a whistle and a stoppage.
2:19 left to play in the first. RPI and Quinnipiac here from the Houston Fieldhouse. The officials now debating whether the puck is in or out of the zone. And it looks like it's going to go, well, out of the zone, but on the Quinnipiac end.
Neutral ice, I guess. Yeah. Rand Pecknold certainly doesn't agree. 25th year head coach of the Bobcats. 500 wins he got to this year. He's 506, 303, and 91. That's an incredible record. And now Tufto gets tossed from the dot, forcing Bongiovanni in. Face-off win for RPI. Brady Ferner back to pick it up in his own zone. 2:15 left in the first. Engineers have scored the only goal of this game. Brady Ferner's second of the year. Freshman from Dakota Dunes, South Dakota. Now Tufto avoids the hit. Bongiovanni carries on into the RPI zone. Played far side. First one to it. Going to be Grant. He's met quickly by Bongiovanni. Grant shovels it behind for Ferner. Up the boards from Moore. He can't control, but Linden can't. Tour Linden in. He takes a shot block. Gets it back. Takes another shot. Swatted away by the blocker hand of Shortridge. And we're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be a hook. And credit Linden, Tour Linden here, all by himself really in the offensive zone. He draws a penalty.
Yeah, and that's why Tour Linden couldn't get a good shot off on that second effort, is he was being hooked all the way. Was going into the penalty box for Quinnipiac. It will be Wyatt Bongiovanni, the freshman from Birmingham, Michigan. So RPI will go on their second power play of the game. They are 0 for 1, and barring any goals, they will finish this period on the power play.
Face-off won by the Bobcats, and they clear it down. Waiting for it is Savory. He'll set it aside for Hallbauer. This penalty should carry over to the next period.
As RPI was bringing it in, they are just offsides on the play. So 1:26 remains here in the first. RPI leads Quinnipiac by a score of 1-0. The face-off is going to come out of the Quinnipiac zone in neutral ice, and it will be there won by Quinnipiac, and it will shortly get it down the ice. Savory will go back to stop it, where it will be taken by RPI. Shane Bear, he'll bring it up the ice. He'll start the rush up, he'll dump it in, and RPI will go chase it. It'll be there, knocked off the boards, and the Quinnipiac goaltender Shortridge will scoop it up. and hold on to it. 1:08 left to play in the first. RPI leads Quinnipiac 1-0, 1:24 left in the RPI power play. Face-off is won by RPI, knocked back at the point as RPI will cycle. And it will be picked there by Shane Bear, who gets it over and back. And Shane Bear now with the look for Will Riley. Back to Bear, back for Riley, back for Bear again. They just keep playing it. And Johnson has it. They will get it down low. Back for Shane Bear at the point. Gets it over for Riley. Takes a shot and just goes high of Shortridge. Last minute of play in the period. RPI will have it there. And the puck gets cleared by Quinnipiac as Owen Savory will come out and stop it. Now Jake Johnson will take for the Engineers and regroup as Kyle Hallbauer for RPI has it now. And RPI will start, dump it in the zone, and Quinnipiac will get it, knock it back out of the zone, and it'll be chased by Hallbauer.
All right, we have our issue squared away. Thank you, Ed. As it'll be Hallbauer to round the rest of the period. That's all Ed gave me was the last 2 seconds of the. That's all right. RPI up 1-0 here after one period. Shots are 10-6 Bobcats. Savory stopped them all. He continues to impress. And the Engineers, a couple of freshmen, and it's been that class that has their play has really helped RPI throughout this stretch. Without Hayhurst, without Polino, and they're still, quote unquote, getting the job done. They're unbeaten in 5 and have a lead on the number 6 team in the country after one period here.
Yeah, and they're getting that balanced scoring from all the lines as that has to bode well for the future when they get those players back for the Engineers. And Coach Dave Smith has to like what he saw in that first period for RPI. And they have 0 for 2 up there in the first period, but 15 seconds still remain on the power play for Quinnipiac, for RPI rather.
Yep.
So it says 0 for 2 on the scoreboard, but right now there's they are 0 for 1 with 15 seconds remaining on the power play. So we're going to take a short break.
Yep. Oh, are you going to introduce Chase?
Oh, coming up. Yeah, good point, Perry. Perry sat down with an interview with Chase Polachek, getting inducted into the RPI Athletics Hall of Fame. And so we were playing that interview for you.
It ran long, so we're going to do 9 minutes or 10 minutes before and 9 minutes after, or second intermission. So you get the whole thing. So
we'll get that intermission now for you. We'll take a quick break here. RPI leads 1-0 after 1 here from the Fieldhouse on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
Now, fans, it's time to give away some money. Direct your attention to the west end of the field house for the CEFQ Money Machine Money Grab. Tonight's contestant will have 60 seconds to grab as much money as possible floating around inside that CEFQ Money Machine. We'll count it all up. They get to keep what they grabbed, and CEFQ will match it and donate that amount to charity. We'll dump the cash in, get our contestant going, and we'll set 60 seconds on the clock.
Absolutely. And Chase, I know last time I talked to you, I think it was a couple years ago, I was sitting in a hotel waiting to go play Colgate. But we reminisce about that goal you scored on the penalty shot in overtime, and I won't make you recount that again. But I was just thinking, you came a long way to play for this RPI team. I know, Monty was probably looking at Brute Log back then in Holy Angels days, and I guess you kind of came along for the ride and turned out to be a pretty good move for both you guys, it seemed like.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. We both talked about it. I talked with Coach Appert and Montgomery at the time, and there was just a huge opportunity at hand for everyone that was joining the program at that time, and it had been a tough 10+ years, probably since the late 1990s, for sure, when the program had been doing well and winning, and having the ability to come in as a freshman and play right away and have an impact on the team. While we didn't win that many games our first 2 years, it was there were good learnings for us, and a lot of us learned that we didn't like losing, and that really paid off, I think. If you look at Broody and specifically our junior and senior year, in some of the big games that we were able to win just from some of those early learnings early in our career.
Absolutely, and I wanted to ask you about. I know myself growing up, I didn't play college hockey, but I know a lot of the kids who grew up in Minnesota, you dream of being a Gopher at a certain point in your life. Maybe not you, but I think a lot of the kids did. When did that change for you? And or playing hockey in Minnesota is like a, you see all the jerseys, the Minnesota Duluths, the Mankato's of the world. When was your decision to kind of did that change to I can go play out east and for a school I maybe not have heard of?
Yeah, I mean, I never, like you said, I never wanted to play for the Gophers, which is definitely not the norm for a kid growing up in Minnesota. I always liked watching North Dakota and Boston College. Those two had, in that time frame when I was growing up, those two were winning championships, so they were playing a lot. And I had always toyed around with the idea of going out east, and at that time I really didn't know what that school would be, but knowing that do something different, get out of Minnesota, experience a different part of the country and life, and I thought that would be really good learning for me. And then when I was approached by Appert and Montgomery, like I've said before, I didn't know what RPI was, and I quickly learned that that was a mistake that I didn't, knowing how strong of a school academically RPI is, but also just the history and tradition that is with the hockey program going back many years ago and having 2 national championships. There aren't many teams that let alone have one, but to have 2 is something that is extremely, as a alum and former player, is bringing me great pride.
No, I'm sure it has to, and although I didn't play, it's certainly one of the more exciting things I get to talk about when I talk about RPI hockey. Chase, for you, you got to play with a bunch of different players throughout your RPI career. I know, and a couple of them just for a single year. But what was it like playing with Jerry D'Amigo and Brandon Perry, who's still making a career of it with Vegas now?
He's having one heck of a career in this year, getting called up. He's at I don't know. I think he was at a point per game and scoring goals left and right. But to have both of those guys come in, and as young 18-year-olds, I thought a lot about there, and you knew that both of them would be something special whenever, for as long as they played college hockey, and then knowing that they both were going to have bright, pro futures, and they both are. As you said, Brandon's having a heck of a year with Vegas this year. Jerry's doing well overseas still, and that's something that we all knew would come from both of those guys with the skill and just hockey awareness that they did have.
Did you ever imagine when you were a freshman that you'd be near or a Hobie Baker Award, top 10 player or All-American, or was that something that you didn't realize was even that you was in you until could evolve to that or change to that?
It is free from harassment and discrimination, where each player can be themselves as they strive to fulfill their athletic aspirations. So visit the Albany Bombers booth at the entrance for more information. Fans, Ryan's Wake is a proud supporter of RPI Athletics. Head downtown after the game. Check out the Cub Kitchen at Ryan's Wake. RPI Hockey would like to thank the following sponsors: GE, Moe's, Sefcu, CDPHP, Boucher and Clark Financial Group, Market 32 by Price Chopper, Yankee Trails, Red Front Pizza, Tri-City Rentals, Duncan, Toyota, CDTA, The Spokey Bowl, McCaddy's Pub, Slide and Dirty, Ben and Jerry's, Warren W. Fain, Boucher and Clark Benefits, Wicked Smart, Gatherer's Granola, Freihofer's, Little Caesars Pizza, Howard Hanna Realty, RPI Chapel and Cultural Center, H2M Architects and Engineers, and Tri-City Valley Cats, all proud sponsors of RPI Hockey.
Welcome back to the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York. Ed DeGarry along with Perry Lascaris here on the call for you of Engineers men's hockey against Quinnipiac University on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. After one period of play, RPI leads 1-0 on a goal by Brady Ferner. The first shot of the game by either team resulted in an RPI goal for the 1-0 lead. And before we get started with the second period of play, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union, which provides funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of men's and women's ice hockey, football, and baseball. We'd also like to remind you WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to www.wrpi.org, and you can hear our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as we are broadcasting, we will provide the broadcast on the internet feed. Once again, that is www.wrpi.org. Also, WRPI is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of games such as this one between RPI and Quinnipiac. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for baseball if you choose to do that, and then next season for football and men's and women's ice hockey. You shoot us an email at wrpi-sports@rpi.edu, and we will do our best to accommodate you.
Ready to drop the puck here on period number 2. 15 seconds left in the RPI man advantage as they win the draw. And that'll give them at least a chance here on this power play, but it's quickly nixed as Martin, who just shot it back the other way. RPI breaks out of their own end now. Shot in deep by Johnson. Out of the box comes Bongiovanni.
Quinnipiac returns to full strength.
It's back out to center once more on the clearance. Shot in by Burgess. 1-0 is the RPI lead 30 seconds into the second. Bongiovanni into the RPI zone. He and Whiffen go down. Puck comes loose, swatted behind. DeYoung fights for it. Lifted on by Moore. Neutral ice, Rafferty. He'll shoot it up the boards, glove down, and the Engineers touch up nicely. Zeke had to get back on side, but the Engineers turn it over anyway, as it'll be played by DeLiberatore. Trickling in on Savory. He'll cover up with Tough Toe on the prowl. 1:01 into the second. Engineers have a 1-0 lead thanks to Brady Ferner's first goal of the year.
Yeah, that dump in was actually gonna go wide, but it got tipped in at the blue line right on Savory, and Savory had to cover up as there was a Quinnipiac forward crashing the net, and so he just decided to hang on to it. So
face-off win. Rafferty throws it towards the net. Bouncing puck, trying to track it down Lombardi. Near side Rafferty, top of the circle. Wrist shot coming. Redirected wide by Burgard. And now turning out of the corner, Germain. Handoff there. Michael Lombardi, freshman from Barrington, Rhode Island. Tried to center, picked off by Grant. Now on comes Hallbauer. 3-on-2 as they hit the line. Near side Gornell trying to send it across into a skate. It was kicked back behind the goal. Engineers had a crack at it as it went right back through, but it'll be claimed behind the cage by Nick Germain, junior out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Fed far side and lifted up the boards. Germain, a touch pass ahead. Right to Bowman it comes. Indirect off the near wall, waiting for it. The blue line is Linden. He'll spin it deep. Rafferty and Gornell go after it. Played to the far side, Bowman. He spins away from a check there. Trying to center, bounds in the air, comes down in the near circle, where it's picked away by Lombardi. Back behind the goal he goes. Linden runs into him and Shiplow. Now a centering feed all the way through Bowman. Slap shot coming, Hallbauer. That's knocked down. Bowman takes a hit. Puck comes free, gloved at center ice. Rafferty goes down, plays it on for Davidson. Davidson on the move. Good poke check by Samick. Then he trips him up, and a penalty coming on the Bobcats. As Samick did a nice job to poke that puck away, and then Scott Davidson kind of lazily just left his stick there, and unfortunately for him, but fortunately for RPI, Samick skated over it.
Yeah, nice job too by TJ Samick to get there and swap that puck away. And then Scott Davidson was, you're right, Perry, was very lazily. Didn't even follow the puck up. He just left his stick laying there, and Samick tripped over it. And the referee was right there to make the call. 17:40 left to play in the second. RPI goes on their third power play. They are 0 for 2 on the night.
at 2:20.
Draw coming in the Bobcats,
It's an E.
and another
Stewart
power
Jones
play here for
Hamburger
RPI.
Power play for RPI.
It's their third chance. Riley lifting up the near boards. A little miscommunication there with Laka, who was kind of fading towards the corner, and the Bobcats are easily able to clear. It'll be Shane Bear from behind the goal. Starts down the middle, far side for Riley. He'll shoot it in. Brings it around to the near side, Laka there. And Whalen comes free to Zeke. Set to the far point. Wrist shot coming just wide from Riley. Zeke in the near corner. Cycling for Otto Ville Lepinen. Now back to the near point. Bear. Far side Riley. Slap shot. Broke his stick. Puck goes behind the goal. Obviously, when that happens, it didn't get much on the shot either, but it did go wide of the cage behind. Zeke waiting for it. The half wall doesn't get to him. It's cleared out by Germain and all the way down. Back to pick it up. Bear. A little misfortune there for Will Riley, who just missed on his previous shot. And then his stick snapped near the blade. Maybe 6 inches to a foot up from the blade. And now on comes Ferner. Far side connection. Johnson shoots it in. Burgess in the near corner, wrapped up there. Puck comes free to Fern. Nice job to glove it down. Far side, Johnson some room. Wrist shot, he fanned on it. Played by Whiffen behind the cage. Sent around to the near side, Bowman. Bowman trying to play it back to the point. Ferner gets there and shoots it right back to him, but now Bowman's double team. Nice job to keep the play alive. Johnson down low. One-timer. What a stop by Shortridge. He absolutely robs Whiffen. This game should be 2-0. But Shortridge goes right to left.
Yeah, Brady Whiffen right there on the doorstep. And 1 second, it was a wide open net. And the next second, Shortridge was right there to make the save. And Shortridge absolutely robbed Whiffen right on the doorstep. And we saw it. And he's full stretch out for that one. What an incredible save by Andrew Shortridge to keep this game 1-0 in RPI's favor. 16:15 left to play in the second.
35 seconds left on the power play for RPI as it's back down into RPI territory. They will reset there. Into the zone far side. Undercut was Riley on his way into the zone. Puck goes deep anyway. Clearing effort. Gets the job done all the way down off the stick of Martin. And now Savory will leave it aside again with 10 to go on the power play. RPI staring at 0 for 3 on the man advantage in the face here with 4 seconds on it. They'll ring it in. Caroms around to the near side. Penalties over. Puck behind the goal. Lee, near side point. Hallbauer sent far point. One-time shot blocked. Pops to the near point again. Hallbauer going to keep it alive in the zone. Letting it run is Ott around to the far side. Intercepted. Scott Davidson to center. Partially broken up. Germain keeps it moving. Near side connection. Good one-touch passing. Martin in. Trying to center. Steered out of there by Ott. And he'll shoot it off the boards. Can't clear the zone. Now Davidson across. One-timer. Savory with a stop. And we're going to get some extra activity here as Moore did not like how Germain went into the belly of Savory to pry that puck loose. Savory had it frozen. The whistle went, and Germain went with the old jab into the midsection trying to steer the puck free. And he actually did pop it loose, but obviously clearly after the whistle, and Moore, the senior, taking exception.
Yeah, and absolutely, Mears Moore should do that. Right now, Nick Germain talking to the official. Germain is definitely going to go off on a penalty. We'll see if Moore gets one too. But Germain's going to get one at 2 minutes. So this doesn't look like RPI is going to go into the box, so it will result in a power play.
No, Moore's going in 2.
Moore's going in 2.
Which, it didn't look like he did anything egregious. They're standing up for your teammates. That should not be a penalty, and I don't think Moore crossed the line. We'll get another chance to look at it.
Right, Germain, that I agree with. Yeah. Germain definitely deserves a penalty.
Everything's plugged in here. Just trying to fix our monitor.
For hitting after the whistle, and for going into Savory to get that puck.
There we go. I fixed our monitor.
RPI penalty number 9, Mears Moore.
So
2 minutes for roughing.
Moore going to go in the box for roughing. So it will be 4-on-4. As Germain's going to go off on a slash for slashing Savory. The puck was clearly in his pads after the whistle blew. And Moore took exception to it, and Moore gets a penalty as well. So
no power play.
No power play, 4-on-4.
It's the kind of penalty I don't mind Moore taking. I don't think he should have gotten one, but you don't mind him sticking up for his teammate like that, even if it does cancel out a potential power play. You just can't let that aggression stand man. Puck goes behind the goal. Now Whiffen picks it up. Back to the point for Riley, and now leave the zone. Johnson back for Riley. Back to Johnson. 4-on-4 here for a minute and a half. 1-0 RPI. 14:39 to play, second period. Whiffen into the corner, far side offensive zone. He's tied up there by DiLiberatore. Back to the far point. Johnson a shot. Looking for the redirect. He got it from Gornell just wide. Good setup there for RPI. Good idea all the way around. Just couldn't quite steer it on goal. Puck out to center. DeYoung throws it off the skate of Tufto. Picked up by Gornell. Corralled by Riley. On the move. Riley into the zone. Drop pass. Lee rips one just wide of goal. Caroms around to the far side and out to center. Lee will play it back for Ferner, the lone goal scorer in this game. Quinnipiac takes over in its own end. DiLiberatore, far side connection, moving in. Bongiovanni made a move. It was poked away by Savory. Now sent through the crease all the way to the near side. Bongiovanni looking for the corner, and he missed high and wide up into the netting. 38 more seconds remain in the 4-on-4. 13:50 left of the second. Still 1-0 RPI.
It was actually deflected by Ferner, so the faceoff is going to stay
right.
in the engineer zone, as the referee was right on top of that one. So 13:50 remains in the second 4-on-4 for the next 38 seconds. So RPI leads Quinnipiac 1-0 as we're going to get a media timeout.
Now, Ed, I know it's been a while since you've done a game, and they've changed the rule now. If any shot attempt in the offensive zone, it doesn't matter if it hits the post, the other team, the goalie, nothing. If it goes out of play, if it's deemed a shot attempt by the official, it's still an offensive zone draw. It got rid of all of that, you know, back and forth. Did it touch something? Did it not? They said to create more offense in the game. I think it's a good rule.
I do too.
That if any shot taken in the offensive end, if deemed a shot, it doesn't matter if you can shoot it directly in the netting. If it's a really bad shot, you still get the offensive zone draw out of it. That was kind of the idea behind it.
So
I was just making a joke. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get in your case.
No, that's fine. It's been 2 years, so what do I know?
So I think it's when to be fair, I think that's when they put it in. So 2 years ago.
13:50 left to play in the second. 1-0 RPI over Quinnipiac. As we got a immediate timeout, and the town teams are just skating back to that. So 38 seconds remain in the 4-on-4. The penalty on Quinnipiac, Nick Germain, and on RPI Mears, Moore Germain for the slash, Moore for the rough.
Face off in the RPI zone. Prisky can't keep it in. He shoots it back into the zone, but a couple of Bobcats needed to touch up. They do. Here's Ferner. Near side for Grant. Grant will shoot it in. Bringing around to the far side. Leppinen trying to get there, but it's the Bobcats who carry out to center. Falstrom into the zone. Circle. Trying to drop pass. Broken up. Second try. No. Grant has it. Up the wall for Leppinen. He'll lift it off the boards. Try to get there himself. Poked on further. Now Burgess. Stick handling into the zone. Throws it near side. RPI is going to be offside. And, well, Ferner lets it run, and it nearly cost RPI there because a couple players stopped skating. You don't want to do that. And now here comes Germain into the zone. Germain, poke check by Ferner. Backhand shot, save Savory. Loose puck, cleared, no. Another shot blocked down, hit Grant. It'll be picked up by Whiffen now. 5-on-5 hockey. Gornell with speed, hands it off for Whiffen. Pulls up top of the zone. Whiffen walking in, and a save by Shortridge on the blocker. Up over the top of the net.
Great move by Whiffen on the 3-on-2. He had Mike Gornell if he wanted to, but Whiffen decided to pull it back and take it by himself, and he created a huge opening to take a shot on Shortridge, and Shortridge able to make the save. 12:50 left to play in the second. RPI and Quinnipiac. RPI continues to lead 1-0, and a good defensive stop by RPI over there as Savory making a save, and then an open net gets blocked down by the Engineer defense.
And we saw the Engineers open space by having players without the puck drive the net yesterday. It resulted in a couple of goals. One that comes to mind most is the Zeke, or the Burgess goal rather. But guys away from the puck, creating scoring opportunities. This is going to be icing here right off the draw on Quinnipiac.
Yeah, Quinnipiac trying to get their offensive going, and you know, except for that first goal that Shortridge got tied up on, this has lived up to its billing. The Shortridge and Savory show as both goaltenders keeping their teams in the game. Savory making some huge saves, and Shortridge coming up huge quite a few times for the Bobcats.
Draw in the Quinnipiac zone. Sent around by Shiplow to the far side corner. Jermaine goes to pick it up. Can't clear. Kept alive by Linden. It'll wrap around to the near side. Luke Shiplow again, senior out of Oakville, Ontario, trying to clear it out near side. Hallbauer keeps it in. Swinging at it with it. He'll fire it right back behind the goal. Corralled by the Bobcats. Stretch pass here. Jermaine tips it deep. Hits off the end boards. Picked up by Bear there. Both teams changing. Quick pass near side. Tipped in deep by Bowman. On goal. Shortridge going to play it aside. Kind of came hot off his stick. Now back the other way. Shot coming. Saved by Savory. Loose puck top of the zone. It'll be corralled there by Odd, who just clears it to center. Fed back in by Quinnipiac. Takes a hop. Out of his net is Savory. Had to make a play at the side of the cage as it took a funny hop off the glass. No, another awkward save off the blocker that goes the wrong way off Savory. Is having a topsy-turvy middle of this second period, but nothing's gotten by him yet. 1-0 RPI, 11:29 to go in the second. Bobcats on the attack. Loose puck, RPI zone. Grant going to pick it up and go behind the net with it. Tommy Grant, far side for Bear. Stick handling off the glass. Picked up by Lee. Fed up the boards past Zeke. Is going to be icing. I don't think Zeke touched it. Officials agree. Shots are 15-9 Bobcats here, but the Engineers holding on to that 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, and Owen Savory, the puck taking a lot hop off the board, and Savory had to stop it down. And out of his net a few times, he's still able to make the save. Kyle Hallbauer helping him out by playing his man and not letting the player get to the open net. As on the other side, Andrew Shortridge had Jacob Lockner trashing the net, and he had to play it awkwardly as well. 11-12 left to play in the second. 1-0 RPI on the Quinnipiac.
Draw in the RPI zone upcoming. We have a little bit of a discussion here. Timeout's going to be taken by RPI. And Coach Smith waiting as long as he possibly can to make that call. That's what you want to do, is wait till everyone's set and then, okay, just kidding, we're taking a timeout here.
Yeah, and both teams going to come and talk about it as Dave Smith wants to regroup and regather his team for this face-off in the mid-second. 11-12 left to play in the second period as RPI continues to lead this one 1-0 on a goal by Brady Ferner. But overall, solid game by RPI. They're really not making too many mistakes down there. You can argue, that maybe they should have taken a shot here and there, but RPI not really making too many mistakes and making Quinnipiac try to beat them with their skill. And it's actually Quinnipiac who's making the mistakes. We saw one by Andrew Shortridge as Brady Ferner's shot sort of handcuffed him and it went in the back of the net. And Quinnipiac also, too, losing the puck, resulting in a lot of 3-on-2s for RPI. And RPI doing a great job creating space and getting the open shot. But since that first goal, Andrew Shortridge has been up to the task, justifying his #1 goaltender position in save percentage in the country. So this has been every bit the game that we expected to be goaltender-wise.
Certainly, even though the RPI got off to a hot start with their first shot, they scored on Brady Ferner. We've seen some great goaltending since, especially from Shortridge. Engineers, could have another goal or two if not for his play in this one. Puck back in the RPI zone. Johnson left behind the goal. DeYoung steals it away. Near side, DeYoung to the near circle. Tufto up top, slap shot coming. That one snapped the stick of Chuksta, and Morello's going to play it behind his own goal, but he gives it away. Gornell trying to win it back. Riley lobs it on further. Here comes Morello. Chipping it towards the net. Going to be covered up by Shortridge with Whiffen on the doorstep, and then a little bit of a cross check to the lower back. I don't think Whiffen's going to like that. Tufto laid it, and then he scampers off to the bench as if nothing happened.
Yeah, Drew Shortridge doing a good job seeing Brady Whiffen crashing the net and holding on to the puck, and they're still jawing with each other behind the net. As finally the referee said, okay guys, knock it off, go back to your bench. And 1-0 RPI here over Quinnipiac. As Brady Whiffen skating off to the bench with his teammates. 10:34 left to play in the second. 1-0 RPI over Quinnipiac. Shots 15-10 here in the second in favor of Quinnipiac.
Draw here won by the Bobcats. Rafferty trying to clear, broken up by Moore. Kept alive at the far point. And the scrum will be worked out backwards. Bobcats have it. And now DeLiberatore uses the net as a screen, fires it near side, intercepted by Grant. He scraps away along the near side boards, finally fed into the RPI zone. Bear has to battle with Whalen now. Behind the goal, Grant's on it. Backhanded off the glass out to center. Rafferty back to pick it up for Quinnipiac. Hits the linesman. Engineers moving into the zone. Zeke down low. Picked up by Burgess. Off for Moore. Moore behind the cage trying to wrap around. Trickles out into the crease. And the Bobcats able to clear it out on the carry. Fed near side. They move it in. It's Rafferty. Pulls up top of the near circle. Drop pass. Shot blocked on the try by Martin. RPI pushes it out to center ice. It's Mears Moore. Burgess going to the net. Drop pass. Grant. Shot over the top. Good opportunity there for RPI. Goes by the wayside. As it was kind of a 4-on-2-ish rush there, including Grant, and the drop pass went to him. Now it's sent up ice. Bobcats trying to make a change. Hit thrown behind the goal by Ferner. Puck comes free to Bowman. Kicked along by Lepinen. Far side. He takes a hit. Puck goes deep. Picked up by Linden. Trying to center all the way through to the near point. Here's Ferner. Ferner thinking about a shot and is thrown off the glass behind the goal. Heavy carry him to the far side. Germain trying to play it to center ice. Worked along to the near wall and now corralled by Ferner in his own zone. Shooting it on. Turned around by Shiplow. Bouncing puck. Kicked at by Ferner. Carried on further. Into the zone comes Lombardi trying to center and it's gloved. An aerial pass from the corner. I guess it was a pass. It wasn't on goal, but Savory holds on to it anyway. Yeah,
Owen Savory was right in the middle to pick off that pass, and that's exactly what he did. 8:41 left to play in the second. 1-0 RPI over Quinnipiac, as that was sort of an odd angle, so Perry was right. No shot was going to be intended. It was intended to be a cross-ice pass, as Owen Savory just sticks out his glove and holds on to it for the whistle, and that results in a timeout here while the ice people will clean the ice. So Dave Smith going to talk about it as well with his team, as well as Rand Pecknold going to talk about it with his team. But that goal still standing. That Brady Ferner goal, the first shot in the game, still standing. And Tommy Grant with an absolute bullet right over the top of the net. Again on a 3-on-2. So RPI doing a good job getting open space and creating chances. And unfortunately for RPI, they're missing the net. Say what you will, Andrew Shortridge coming huge sometimes for Quinnipiac too. And you mentioned it, Barrett. It wasn't for Shortridge. This game could easily be 3 or 4-0 right now in favor of the Engineers. But instead, it's only 1-0 here from the Houston Fieldhouse in Troy. 8:41 left to play in the second. 1-0 RPI.
Quickly out of town scores. Colgate 2-1 over Brown in the second. These are all second period scores. Harvard 2, Clarkson 2, Dartmouth 2, St. Lawrence 1, Princeton 1, Union 0, and Yale 3, Cornell 1. All those games somewhere along the second period, probably close to where we are. All 7 o'clock starts. As the puck comes in from the point, goes just wide. Looking for the redirect. Chooks didn't get it. Now to the far corner it goes. RPI zone. Bongiovanni to the near point into the skates of Prisky. Takes a shot. It was blocked by Gornell up into the netting. We'll have another face-off in the RPI zone upcoming. 8:18 to go. Second period. Still 1-0 RPI thanks to Brady Ferner.
And that if these scores hold up right now, that Princeton Union score, and of course this one here, that's good news for RPI getting into that home ice position for the playoffs. But they still have half a period to go here in this one as well as a full period. So RPI can't scoreboard watch as they currently have a 1-0 lead. Shot 16-10 in favor of Quinnipiac here in the second.
We have another Bobcat toss from the dot. This time it's Davidson. Shot comes rolling in from on Savory, and he covers up. They'll do it again.
Yep, Owen Savory just sees that puck getting free, and he decided to just cover it up with his glove and make the save. So face-off coming again in the RPI zone.
Face-off in the RPI zone once more. Shot coming, pad saved by Savory, it's in the net. And we're tied at 1. Daniel Wilson's gonna claim it. I think it just hit him. I don't think he shot it, but it doesn't matter either way. It's a tie game.
Yeah, I think what happened was Owen Savory made the initial save, and Daniel Winslow was just skating by, and it just hit him. It hit his leg and went into the back of the net.
Yeah.
And Winslow didn't even know it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it just hit him in the leg.
Yeah, it just hit him in the leg as it was.
Zeke was trying to clear it.
Yeah, and it hit Winslow in the leg, and Winslow scored. So 8:09 left to play in the second RPI, and Quinnipiac tied at 1.
Face-off push to the far side. Ferner fell down. Centering feed all the way through. Martin's going to corral it. And now a shot comes in. Karam's off the end boards. Battle for it there. Wallstrom and Lee. And it'll be Fallstrom, excuse me. And it's poked at and kept alive in the zone for a moment. Now it's out to center. William Fallstrom going to shoot it in, go off on a change. 1-1 here. 7:37 to go in the second. Waka stick handling through center, pokes it into the Quinnipiac zone where DeLiberatore takes over, and he'll backtrack behind his own goal. Shots are 18-10 Bobcats, and they've pulled even here in the second. Lifted along high in the air and into the netting. We'll have a stoppage in play.
Yeah, it was Winslow from Rafferty and Davidson. And you can add Chase Zeke in on there.
Yeah, right.
Zeke was the one that tried to clear it, and it hit Winslow's leg and into the back of the net. 7:18 left to play in the second. RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1 on Daniel Winslow's goal.
Face-off coming here at center ice. Tie up on the dot, sent in by Bowman. Shortridge going to use the near boards and try and work it out. Kept alive by the Engineers. It'll be claimed on the far side now. Metza to center. Johnson corrals. He'll turn back towards his own zone before spinning up the boards. Drop past Bowman. Avoiding the hit there was Linden, but he gets it into the zone. Metza again. Bouncing puck. Johnson has to deal with it once more. He just chops it in the air. It'll be corralled again by the Bobcats. Carrying it near far side rather. Moved in by DeYoung and then sent back to the point, but Prisky hadn't gotten there yet, and it'll go all the way back to Quinnipiac territory. Chuksta sent along far side. Prisky, he'll ring it in. There's a broken stick wedged in the Zamboni door. Not very safely, I might add. Referee almost hit it himself. Now Bear's got to deal with it. It's sticking out of the wall like a bizarre obstacle, and now they're going to pull it up, pick it out of there. Someone got their stick stuck in the hinge of the door about 2 feet off the ice. It was just propped there parallel with the ice sticking out.
Yeah, it sort of looked like a turnstile, but the problem is it didn't turn when he went through
no,
it.
just a stick.
6:12 left to play in the second. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac.
Face-off win at center ice for the Bobcats. Shot in wide of goal and rung around by DeLiberatore. Now Burgess from behind his own cage, turning near side to center. He's tripped up, back to his feet, lost the puck. Bear up the near wall through Zeke all the way down. This is going to be icing. Well, they wave it off. Arm was up the whole time, but then no whistle went. Rafferty takes a hit behind the goal. It's played by Martin. Shot to the near side. Fallstrom waiting for it. Shoots it far side for Whalen. And now Zeke back for Hallbauer. Feeds it all the way down the ice. This is not going to be icing, as they say that Shortridge went out to attempt to play it. That was the decision by the official anyway. He disagrees. And it'll be moved in anyway by RPI Moore. Backhand shot up in the air into the far corner. Whalen over to get it. Rafferty sent behind. DeLiberatore through the middle of the ice into the skates of Ferner. Slapped in by Whalen. Wrapping around to the near side. RPI zone. Ott takes a hit. DeLiberatore trying to go cross ice. Knocked out of the air and shot down by Burgart. And now Laka to center. Kicked at and moved out by Lee. He's tripped up. Penalty coming. And again, it's a stick penalty on Quinnipiac. Laying it across the legs of Lee. He goes down, and RPI gets his 4th power play.
Yeah, Tommy Lee just tried to generate some offense through the neutral zone as Quinnipiac player just stuck out his stick and tripped up Tommy Lee right in front of the official, as that's going to be Desi Berger going off. The freshman from North Vancouver, British Columbia, goes to the penalty box for RPI's 4th power play of the game. They are 0 for 3. He didn't even try to play the puck on there. He just
It's a similar play to the one in the corner over here, where it's just you got to get your stick out of the. It's not that hard.
yeah.
Anyway, 4th power play chance coming here for RPI. The good news for Quinnipiac is the Engineers have only generated 10 total shots. And the ones they have had, Shortridge, the high-quality ones they've had, Shortridge has been able to keep out. I mean, in all honesty, it seems like the simplest of shots that they've taken has gone in, the very first one. And I got a chance to look at it down below with the replay, and it looked like there was a screen in front. So I don't think Shortridge did see it all the way, but still, if you're in the right position, that doesn't go in.
Right. Bottom line is he was in the extreme wrong position to play that puck, regardless if there was a screen or not. But after that, he's been right on point. He's come up absolutely huge. The one on Whiffen is the one sticking out in my mind,
sure.
point blank.
1-1 game here. 4:50 to go in the second. RPI with its 4th power play. Shane Bear across, gets it back from Riley. Shane Bear up top. Now near point, Zeke. Zeke down low finds Lepinen. Back to Zeke. Up top, a blast by Bear, high over the top. Lepinen tried to dodge out of the way. He was flashing in front of goal and didn't want to get in the way of it. Rung around to the near side. Zeke picks it up at the point. Minute 30 to go in the power play. Bear, far side, Riley, snap pass, redirected, and that one never got to goal. It was a good redirection. And maybe got too much of it. Now gloved at by Bear, he can't control. Prisky shorthanded, walking his way in. Prisky, good poke check by Riley. Breaks up the play, never got the shot away. And now Prisky just trying to pin the puck in deep. Going to be played here, back to him, past him, and now picked up by Bear in the far corner. Played around to the near side for Lepinen. Ahead for Laka. Halfway through the power play, 3:52 to go in the second. Still a 1-1 game. Rafferty behind the goal, takes a hit from Laka. Clearing effort, gloved at by Whiffen. He just slowed it down again, and now on comes DeYoung shorthanded. DeYoung around the goal. Bouncing puck, had to settle it down. Tried to center, broken up nicely by Whiffen. So a couple of shorthanded rushes here for the Bobcats, but no shots to show for it. As Ferner will move it along. Bear, or make it Johnson rather, going to shoot this in. Around to the near side half wall. Bowman down low, bouncing puck settled by Whiffen. Around to the far corner now. Bowman leaning on DeYoung and played back to the point. Open near side is Ferner. Ferner a drive. Blocker saved by Shortridge. He got in the way of that one and cut down the angle on Brady Ferner, who's looking for goal number 2. He came in with just the 1 goal in his career and on the season. Penalty about to expire as Ferner carries it up ice. It'll be gathered up and moved to the near side. 5-on-5 hockey here, 2:45 to go in the second. Grant at the near point, lifts it right back down low, picked up by Bowman. Bowman in the corner, turns out of the corner, lost it. Martin plays it on, nearly gave it away to Chuksa, and he eventually did. Chuksa up the wall, bouncing puck in RPI territory, far side. Hallbauer shoots it off the boards out to center ice, where it's gathered up by DeLiberatore. Nice move there. It was disrupted as Tufto got bumped. Bobcats shoot it in, race for the puck, Germain and Grant. Grant gets there first, shielding him off and throws it to the near side, but only DeLiberatore's there. His pass is broken up by Grant. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the second period. Tommy Grant takes a look, fires it up the boards. Lee trying to track it down, might have numbers here. Lee, circle, pulls it back, centering feed, shot coming more, that's blocked down. As Bongiovanni got in the way. Now another centering pass comes all the way through. Riley a shot, save made, Morello, another save by Shortridge. My goodness. Morello again at the far point, works it down low. Around behind it goes. A tie up there. Behind the Quinnipiac cage, 1:36 to go in the second period. Boy, Andrew Shortridge is having himself quite an evening. As finally the Bobcats able to move it out to center. Turned around by RPI there. Moore picked up by Riley. He wants to skate. And we got a whistle here as we have hit somebody on the bench. I'm not sure. 1:21 to go in the second period. We're still tied at 1.
And just watching the replay, Andrew Shortridge kicking out the rebound right to Morello. And Morello actually did a good job. He goes the opposite way. Shortridge is diving, but Shortridge is able to reach his glove back and make the save. So Andrew Shortridge coming up with an absolutely huge game for Quinnipiac. 1:21 left to play in the second, as this one is tied 1-1 in Troy.
Face off in the RPI zone. Was it icing? We have a penalty. There's no one in the box. Hold on.
No, I think you were right. I think you hit somebody.
No, he's in the box now.
Oh.
They snuck a penalty on us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure for what. There was some signal after the whistle. It might have been too many men on the ice. We'll get the call to you. Anyway, it's a power play for Quinnipiac. They're first of the game for an unknown penalty. Happened in the neutral zone, I think. And now Tufto. Rafferty drops it back. And now Odin Tufto from Chaska, Minnesota. Moving his way in. Drops it back to the point. Stolen away and cleared just barely by Whiffen out to center. Prisky back to get it. Haven't even announced the penalty. Very discreet with the call. Bongiovanni across. DeYoung up top for Tufto. Now Rafferty. Far side. Tufto back to Rafferty, center blue line. Prisky a drive. Might have caught the stick of Bongiovanni. Went out of play. Either way. And we get a stoppage here.
When I used to come to games with my dad as a kid, and my dad disagreed with the penalties, he used to say 2 minutes for what, breathing on them. And apparently that's a penalty now, because they haven't even announced it. They haven't even said what the penalty was. Oh, now it's up on the scoreboard. It's too many men. So you were indeed right, Terry. 26 and a half seconds.
I think I guessed like 3 different things, so I was going to be right. Cleared out of the zone. Morello trying to get there shorthanded. Linden going to the net. Pass was broken up. 17 to go in the period. Still another chance to break the other way. On comes Bongiovanni with an offside whistle.
So 12.7 seconds left to play in the second. So Tommy Lee now is going to be in the box with too many men on the ice. So RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1 here from the field house, as Quinnipiac getting on the board in the second, RPI getting on the board in the first period. And Andrew Shortridge and Owen Savory, except for those 2 goals they let in, have been putting on a show here for the fans.
Face off work near side. Martin trying to make a move, lost the puck, picked up Morello. 6 to go in the period. Clearing effort, gets just through Chuksta. 2 seconds to go in the period. He'll fire it from center and hit Gornell, who doesn't really appreciate that. But the period is over. 1-1 RPI in Quinnipiac after 2 periods of play. Shots are 19-13 Bobcats. And they'll have a power play continuing on to the third. But if you told RPI that they'd be tied with the Bobcats after 2-1-1 at the beginning of this game, they would certainly take it. Maybe not after the first when they were leading 1-0, but that's a story.
Well, it was also a very unfortunate goal.
That was, you're right, you're right.
As Owen Savory did make the save, and it went right onto Chase Zeke's stick. But unfortunately for Zeke, when he went to clear it, Daniel Winslow was skating right by, went off his leg into the back of the net, as Owen Savory didn't quite recover as of yet. So one of those unfortunate goals for RPI, but a goal nonetheless, and it counts for Quinnipiac. So that's where we stand here after 2 periods of play. Actually, the play is about even. RPI skated really even with Quinnipiac. And yes, Quinnipiac was favored in shots, had more shots than RPI, but RPI able to beat Quinnipiac to the open pucks and do a good job getting open ice. And if it wasn't for Andrew Shortridge, RPI easily could have had 2 or 3 in the back of the net right now for an RPI lead. But as it stands, Quinnipiac has Andrew Shortridge in net, and it stands at 1-1. So We're going to wrap it up. We'll bring you the second part of the Chase Pelagic interview that Perry did coming up. We'll take a short break. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes. The score after 2 periods of play is RPI 1, Quinnipiac 1. You'll listen to live coverage of engineering hockey on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
Number 7, Mike Oliver. Number 17 is Chris Fuller. Number 63, Jim Joyle. And the goaltenders, number 33, Alex Lefevre. Number 41, Jason Drunkenmiller. The Albany Bombers head coach, Ken Zalewski. Assistant coach is Mark Lasky. A supporter of the Albany Bombers, please welcome along Bill Hall. Let's have a nice round of applause for the Albany Bombers. Thank you, gentlemen. Hey fans, if you have a puck purchased for the Slide and Dirty Chuck a Puck contest, please come down near the boards, get ready. As soon as we clear the ice, we'll be ready to go. All right, folks, in 3, 2, 1, chuck your pucks. The Slide and Dirty Chuck a Puck contest. The puck closest to center ice will receive a prize from Slide and Dirty.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to the Houston Fieldhouse on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, for the third period of tonight's game between RPI and Quinnipiac. The Engineers and the Bobcats are tied at 1. Brady Furner scoring in the first period and Daniel Winslow scoring in the second period. That's where we stand at the game, along with Perry Lascaris here on the call for you on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. Before we get started with the third period of play, we'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union for providing funding for WRPI and all club-related activities of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI men's and women's ice hockey, football, and baseball. We'd also like to remind you WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to www.wrpi.org, and you can hear our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we will provide the broadcast on our internet feed once again. That is www.wrpi.org. So, teams coming out on the ice to take the ice in the third period. RPI really has taken it to Quinnipiac. They've been keeping pace with them. And that second period especially, they're outshot. They've been beating Quinnipiac to the box, finding open spaces to get their shot in. But Andrew Shortridge is playing out of his mind for Quinnipiac. On the other end, Owen Savory is playing out of his mind too for RPI, though. This is a goalie clinic here by Shortridge and Savory.
Well, we can't mention goalie clinics without talking about Lovisa Solander, who made 57 saves this afternoon. RPI beat number 5 Princeton in women's hockey 2-1. And thanks to goals from Lily Fries Hansen, her second of the season, and a freshman, Aaliyah Lance, her first collegiate goal was the game winner midway through the second period. RPI clinching a playoff spot in women's ECAC hockey. Of course, only 8 teams make the playoffs on the women's side. Here we are, men's hockey, start of the third period. A 1-1 game. This one's flipped over the top of the RPI net. Bobcats power play continues for another 20 seconds here, as it'll be worked into the near corner. Digging away, now fed across to the far side. One-timer! Oh my! Savory sliding out of the crease denies Chase Prisky of all people. We're still tied at 1.
Yeah, Owen Savory, Chase Prisky getting open, finding the open shot, and Owen Savory quickly scanning Savory to make the save. 19:28 in the third. Owen Savory with the swing save to make this, to keep this game tied at 1. 7 seconds remain in the Quinnipiac power play.
You have to think if Prisky maybe fakes the shot there, Savory would go sliding right on by him. But he elects to take the one-timer. There's a shot blocked down by Morello. And work behind the goal. Penalties over. Samek has his man Lombardi pinned against the wall. 45 seconds into the third. We already have a big-time scoring chance for the Bobcats. Now a shot was blocked on the try by Burgart. freshman from North Vancouver, British Columbia. Now another shot right on, saved by Savory. Rebound swept away as he didn't swallow that one up as he did the previous. It'll go back behind the goal. Samick has it for Grant. Grant up the wall. Bowman touch pass in an unsafe place, and good defensive play by Linden to force, I thought the puck out of the zone. Davidson had it. I thought it left the zone, but linesman said play on. Now it's played at the Bobcats blue line by Prisky. Out of the zone, Germain now back in. Germain zings it along far side. He was looking for O'Connor. Puck to the near corner of the RPI end. O'Connor, stick handling half wall, spins it back behind the goal. Pinching in Shiplow, shot was blocked down. Loose puck corralled by Samick, lifts it out to center. Right to Shiplow. He'll fire it right back into the RPI zone. It'll rattle around to the near side. Centering pass. Corralled here, turned towards the wall by O'Connor. Fed to the boards far side. Samick has it. He'll fire it all the way down. This is going to be icing on RPI. An inauspicious start for RPI to the third period, but nothing past Savory there when it probably could have been. And this tired group will have to stay out there for RPI early. Luckily, it's early. They're only 2 minutes in. They can't be too tired.
Well, and again, they needed the icing. Yes, they can't make the line change, but they get that couple seconds rest and we get their feet back under them. 18:02 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac.
Shot around to the near side and fed towards the goal. Bouncing puck. A bit of an optical illusion for me up here. Falstrom worked it back to the point. Shot went wide from Chuska. Now picked up by Linden. He'll shoot it in. Around behind it goes. RPI now able to get that change. 2:20 into the second period. Moved around to the near side. Into the zone, William Falstrom gets knocked down. Puck comes free. Lepinen looks to break out. 3-on-3 as they hit the Quinnipiac line, feeding it towards goal. Shortridge kicks it to the corner near side. Pinned up by Zeke. Nice play to get it free. Has some room at the point. It's Johnson. Fanned on the wrist shot. Picked up by Falstrom. He'll move towards his own bench before lifting it up the wall. Corralled by Riley. Riley near side. Nearly intercepted. It goes through Metza in the end, and it's corralled by De Liberatore. Now Tufto into the RPI zone. Moore lost his stick. Pass in front. Picked away by Ferner. Lifted towards the near corner. Fed back to the point. Metza slap shot coming. Sticked away by Savory. Up in the air into the far corner. Glove down by Tufto. He sends a screamer of a pass back to the point. Went bounding right by De Liberatore all the way down. And now fanning on the pass with Shortridge. Had to spin away from Lepinen. And he made a mess of that, but doesn't pay for it. Back comes the Bobcats. Nice move. Jam try. Loose in front. It was Bongiviani who took the shot. He tried to jam it past Savory. It didn't work out.
No, and they're showing the replay right now of Shortridge fanning on the pass, and he actually really did get lucky blocking his body from Autovile Lepinen, who was there. And Lepinen actually had one of his teammates, Donovan Ott, there in the center to try to poke that home if he did. But Owen Savory making the save on the other end. 16:26 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI in Quinnipiac.
Face-off win for the Engineers. Sent back the other way. Germain trying to burn around Grant. Circle. Pulls up in the corner. Germain back towards the point. His pass for Chuksta out of the zone. He'll go back and get it himself. Lifted along, glove down at center by Lombardi. Fed near side, nice pass Germain. Top of the near circle now. A little through the legs move and spun himself into the ice. Fed back to the far point. Chuksta, wrist shot, blocker saved by Savory. Gornell, far side wall, chipped along for Whiffen. Hit thrown on Gornell. Whiffen carries on the other way. He'll shoot it deep. Prisky there. Whiffen all by himself on the forecheck. 4 Engineers change behind him. Fed to center ice. Nice connection to Martin. Martin flips it into the RPI zone. Near side corner. Samick behind for Ferner. He's met by Whalen. Throws it up the far side boards. Kept near the point. Shot hit the boot of Lee. Kicked around to the far side. Lee trying to dig it out of some skates now. Corralled by Whalen. Whalen up the wall. Back towards the far point. Good corral there. Shot in by Shiplow. Around to the near side of the RPI zone. Laka backhands it towards the line. Great keep by Rafferty. Bouncing puck comes up and bites Samick in the mouth as it skips onto the near side. And they work back to the point again. Rafferty spins back to the point near side. Carries along the blue line. One-timer. Saved by Savory. Had to get down in a hurry to stop that shot by Bongiovanni. Now a centering pass broken up by Samick out to center. RPI dodging a few bullets here in this third period early on. 14:50 to play in the final stanza. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac. Tufto up the wall. Touch pass by Bongiovanni. Given away. Near side Leppinen. Thought about a shot. Pulls it back. Leppinen waiting. Finds the trailing man. Riley. Shot and a save. Off the mask, I think, or the shoulder of Shortridge and up into the netting.
14:28 left to play in the third. Once again, Leppinen finding Riley. Riley doing a good job getting open. But Shortridge keeping this game tied at 1. So Owen Savory and Andrew Shortridge again coming up big for their respective teams to keep this game tied. And we're going to get now a face-off in the Quinnipiac zone.
Haven't been too many shots for the Engineers. They've just 13 on the board, but seems like at least half of them have been big-time scoring chances. Face-off in the Quinnipiac zone. Shots are 25-13 Bobcats. This one will go all the way down the ice, and it's going to be icing. As we get a whistle here, send that draw right back down.
Yeah, and you can chalk those big-time scoring chances up to RPI. Looking good, finding the open. They aren't forcing anything like they have in years past. They're being patient. They're waiting for the passing lane to open up. They're waiting for the shooting lane to open up. And more importantly, they're finding the players when they get to those lanes. And unfortunately, they only have one goal to show for it, but RPI really doing a good job offensively.
Puck behind the goal. Prisky shooting it on further. And now stolen away at the blue line by Burgess. He gets upended. Carried behind the goal now by DeLiberatore. Chopped into the zone. It'll be worked to the near side. Lifted on further towards the near half wall. Whalen takes a hit out of the corner. That was Lombardi. He couldn't settle a bouncing puck. And now Burgess on out to center ice. Kicked at by Burgess on the carry. Burgess feeds it far side for Moore. Moore lost the handle. Picked up Grant. He'll throw it towards the net. Shortridge stands tall and he's probably still deliberating whether he should put it down or not. He looked like he was gonna, then he wasn't. Then he was gonna, then he wasn't. Then he held on to it and a little bit too long, got a whistle.
Yeah, we're seeing a bunch of indecisiveness from Andrew Shortridge. 13:38 left to play in the third. As 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac, as Andrew Shortridge indecisive. The whistle finally blew, so he really had to hold on to that. As we're going to get an immediate timeout. So take a short break.
Yeah.
Both teams will get a breather, a well-needed breather for RPI as well. So they were really struggling in their zone. Yes, they took the icing, but you can't change on the icing. And Quinnipiac really took advantage of that. So this immediate timeout couldn't come at a bit of a better time for the Engineers. So.
And I wanted to go back and touch on Solander for a second. A couple weeks ago, or last week I should say, she broke the all-time saves record in Division I women's hockey. And now she sits at 3,947 saves. She's 53 away from 4,000 saves. And so, you know, and with clinching that playoff spot, she looks to easily gain that mark, and really an historic career for her. And as she was able to do today with the help of a couple of goals. If you score 2 goals, you're probably going to win, it seems like, these days.
Especially with the goaltender like so.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
right,
yeah.
When she gets 2 goals is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, back to action here. Big win for women's hockey today against number 5 Princeton. RPI men trying to make it a double here against number 6 Quinnipiac on the day. Make it a happy day for RPI hockey fans all over the country. Moved up the near side wall. Through Riley all the way down. They're going to wave off the icing here as that went right past Will Riley. They'll leave it behind the goal. Now tied up is Bear, or make that Johnson rather. Kick to the far side corner. DeYoung stolen away by Riley, given right back. Shot blocked down. Picked up there and moved out to center by Gornell. Gornell makes a move, lost the puck, picked up Rafferty, shoots it off the boards for DeYoung. Under 13 to go in the third. Long way to go. 1-1 game. RPI and Quinnipiac. Poked off the boards, glove by Saber, and he'll hold on to it there. And we get a whistle.
Of course, you know, RPI some good goaltenders coming in for on the women's hockey side.
yeah.
They had Louisa Salander, and I remember Sonia Vanderbleek.
Oh, yeah.
She was a great goaltender. I had the privilege to see her play many of the games too. She could steal games away from teams as well. 12-50 left to play in the third. 1-1 here at the Fieldhouse for men's hockey.
Yeah, her wins records, Vanderbleek's going to need somebody else. I don't think Solander's not going to break that. The success that Vanderbleek had as far as wins and losses is going to be a little bit tough to touch. And this is the Division I era for at least another goaltender here. And it's flipped down ice. Chase Prisky back to pick it up. Shoots it off the glass. Knocked down by Lepinen at center. And now Ferner battles for it in front of his own bench. Moved out by Winslow all the way down. He has the lone Quinnipiac goal, though he didn't know much of it when it happened. Kind of just hit him in the shin and went in for his 4th goal of the year. Now Lepinen breaks to center ice with Bowman. Bowman far side carry now. Shoots it off the boards in deep. Prisky there. Lifted up the wall. Played by O'Connor. O'Connor stick handling. Throws it near side. Corralled by DeLiberatore to the RPI zone. He moves in. Watched by Hallbauer. Flip towards goal. Bouncing puck. Far side. Prisky corrals some room at the point. Waiting. Fed to DeLiberatore. Shot in the pad save. Prisky another try. Stopped by Savory. Puck goes behind the goal. Prisky still wheeling. Centering pass. Broken up. It'll be picked up and shot by Winslow. It trickles through the top of the crease to the far corner. O'Connor around behind. Gathered up by O'Connor once more. Penalty coming up on RPI. 11:35 to go in the third in a 1-1 game. Extra attacker on. It's Tufto. Wrist shot coming. That's blocked down. Still on the possession. It's Falstrom back to the point. Stolen away by Bowman. And we get a touch of the puck and a whistle.
Yeah, and RPI is going to go off on the penalty kill one more time. Only their 2nd penalty of the evening.
Second power play.
2nd power play of the evening. Sorry for Quinnipiac. As this one will be on Kyle Hallbauer. He goes off the ice as RPI was sort of chasing Quinnipiac in that zone. No pun intended, as it was Prisky with the puck. So Hallbauer taking the cross check, and you know, it is what it is.
Puck move back to the point for Rafferty. Centering feed. Savory has it somewhere in there. And he holds on.
Yep, Savory holding on again, preventing Bongiovanni on the doorstep getting an opportunity, as Savory has that tied up in his pad. So 1-1, still RPI and Quinnipiac.
Draw to the right of Savory. Back to the point, Rafferty. Prisky down low, centering pass. That one never got through. Tufto back on it. Around he goes to the near side corner. 1:39 to go on this power play, and a big spot in this game. Tufto up top, Rafferty. Far side, Prisky. Chase Prisky on the move. Hands it off for Tufto. Tufto, center blue line. Far side circle. Quinnipiac owning the top of the zone. RPI giving up some room up there. Prisky now. Watched by Gornall. Tufto near side circle. Tufto pulls it back, hands it off Prisky. Prisky walking in. His shot was partially blocked, goes behind the goal. Gornall a chance to clear, and he finds a lane all the way down the ice. Big clearance there, and a chance to change penalty killers here for RPI. Shots are 30-14 Bobcats. As Quinnipiac will move it out from behind their own goal. It's Brogan Rafferty. Near side for Falstrom. Falstrom into the zone. Little dipsy-do. Moves into the corner. Whalen. Nice move by Whalen, but he gave it away. Picked up by Morello. Morello skates it out to center. Fan on the clearance. Only gets it as far as the Quinnipiac blue line. DeLiberatore turns around in his own zone. 45 to go on the Quinnipiac power play. Whalen into the zone near side corner. Wraps it around. Falstrom back to the point. Near point, DeLiberatore. Halfway through the third period in a 1-1 game, RPI Quinnipiac. Centering pass partially broken up. And right to Odd, who clears it down. It'll be played there by Shortridge. You are listening to live coverage of RPI Hockey, 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Per Lascaris, Ed Dergarian. Breaking into the zone are the Bobcats. And it's off the stick of Martin. Back to the point. DeLiberatore's shot goes wide and high. Zeke near side trying to clear. Gets it as far as center. Picked up by Linden. Penalty about to expire. Linden picks it up. Takes a shot, and Shortridge has to make the save. on the blocker. Now Zeke walking in, trickling on goal, and Shortridge going to cover that one up as well. RPI, after killing off that penalty, created a chance of their own. 9:18 to go, third period in a 1-1 game.
Yeah, Zeke didn't get as much on that one as he wanted, as it was the Quinnipiac defender doing a good job all over Zeke, lifting the stick just as he took the shot. So Zeke didn't get all of that one, and it was a relatively easy save for Shortridge to make. As we're going to get another timeout here, 9:18 left to play in the third. RPI and Quinnipiac still tied at 1. This has been a very entertaining game, especially by the goaltender. So there was deliberatory all over Zeke. And then Zeke ran into Falstrom at the last minute just as he got the shot off. Falstrom did a good job getting Zeke's stick out of the way. So the puck just trickling in on Shortridge there. And then on the other side, Savory doing a good job too for RPI in the engineer net. This one's still tied at 1. Very entertaining by both teams so far here tonight. As the Engineers and Bobcats return to the ice for play.
Colgate on top of Brown, 3-2 in the third. Harvard trails Clarkson 4-3. Dartmouth and St. Lawrence are tied 2-2. Princeton and Union are tied 2-2. And Yale leading Cornell 5-2 in New Haven. Off the skate of Prisky, off the draw, walking in Bowman, fed across, drop past Linden. Oh my, and Shortridge again. That time might have been helped out by Tour Linden as he put it right on his chest. But great passing by this freshman forward grouping. And they nearly produce a go-ahead goal.
Yeah, Lepinen to Linden and Bowman there. They're really starting to get some chemistry on there, as Linden didn't get all of that one shot as well. 9:07 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac.
RPI fans trying to get behind the home-standing Engineers here. 9 minutes to go in the third in a 1-1 game against the number 6 team in the country. Quinnipiac. Prisky shoots it in. Lombardi behind the goal. Centering pass into the skates of Germain, kept alive at the blue line. No, it left the zone. Shiplow fires it back in anyway. Quinnipiac wants to change, so they'll get that going. Tommy Grant, near side carry, flipped in deep. Around it goes, into the far corner. Bowman trying to get on it. He's pinned up, and it's carried on out to center ice. Shiplow took a whack on the hands from Moore, but gets it deep and chases himself. Johnson now gets around a scrum that was still going on and lifts it on out to center. Moore carrying into the attacking zone as Mears Moore rubbed off the puck by Metza. Hit there, Metza corrals. A rolling puck fed to the far side. Odin Tufto on forward to Young. Skating past Johnson, but he can't get by Riley as he and Riley go into the end wall. Tap to the far side corner for Johnson. Zeke wrapped up. Feeds it up the wall and finds Burgess. Burgess carrying in. On for Riley. Riley looking and shooting. A kick saved by Shortridge. Burgess again. Stick handling along the wall. He gets wrapped up with the Young and will be fed back. Here's Ferner. Up the boards. Tipped along by Moore. Gathered up there by O'Connor. 7:40 to play third period. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac from the Houston Fieldhouse. Deliberatory. Stick handling through center. Finds Davidson. Drop pass. Rafferty. Shot comes in. Tipped up along the glass and stays on the ice. Near side corner. Lee sneaks away from a check. Works it up the near side boards. Fed back to the blue line. Shot comes in from Winslow. Hit bodies in front. Never got to goal. Snap a pass far side. Davidson. He'll turn and shoot right on. Saved by Savory. Saw it all the way. And O'Connor and Ferner joust at the side of the crease. I don't think Ferner liked that O'Connor was camped out in his netminder's crease and just moved him out of there.
And that was the 30th shot on goal for Quinnipiac. So Owen Savory making 29 saves thus far throughout the game. So really great game for Owen Savory. That he was able to hold on to that one. Not just making the saves, but doing a good job keeping pace in the game and knowing to hold on to the puck when he has to hold on to the puck and vice versa. 7:09 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac.
Face off here. We'll do it again. In the RPI zone. Shots officially here now 31-18. Power plays RPI 0 for 4, Quinnipiac 0 for 2. And the draw is won by the Engineers. Face-offs are now 39-14 Bobcats. Shot comes in over the top. Wraps around to the near side point. Over the top of it again, this time from Prisky. Gornall chips it up the wall. Morello turns it near side. Only Prisky's there, neutral ice. He'll go back and get it before being pressured by Whiffen. Now Martin just off the bench, near side for Whalen. That's broken up. Stolen away by Morello. Just shoots it back out to center where the Bobcats take over again. Backhand shovel from Whalen. It'll be set down by Savory as the Bobcats change all 5. Up the near side boards, past everybody, and icing here as Bowman couldn't get a touch. 6:24 to play in this one, at least in regulation time. We're tied 1-1.
Yeah, no one Savory there, just placing it down and trying to find Nick Bowman. And I actually did think Nick Bowman touched it, but I have a bad angle on it. 6:24 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI Quinnipiac.
Hold on, ref. Ed thought he touched it, so can we at least look at it once? Face off in the RPI zone. Engineers win it back. A couple of wins in a row. When you're getting beat pretty bad in the face-off circle like the Engineers are, it's good to win a couple, especially late, especially in the defensive zone. They do there, and they're able to clear it out at least. Fed up the wall. Tough toe. Now DeYoung takes a shot, goes through everybody to the near side. And fed towards the blue line, kept in momentarily. Back comes Lepinen, chipping it on further for Tour Linden. This has been the most successful group for RPI here in the third. Linden, Lepinen, and Bowman, although the Bobcats do break it to center. Now losing it was Riley, lost his stick, just gloves it ahead. Kind of a natural reaction there, and I know it's going to be a hand pass, but it's better than the alternative was letting that go, and could have turned into an odd man rush for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Riley did the right thing there, sort of pushing it free, but you know, it is a hand pass, but you're right. They would have had an odd man rush if they let that one go. So 5:48 left to play in the third. RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1 here at the field house. And
little Hadaway?
Yes.
You're not doing the.
No, I'm not doing it.
You're not doing the head thing.
No, but I'm not doing it.
Why not?
I don't know. It's very hard for me to not do it, but it's okay. I don't want to do it.
You're just doing your best to not do it. He's working as hard as he possibly
Well, I
can.
knew you were going to say something, so I don't want to do it.
What?
I'm doing it in my head.
That was a great film, Night at the Roxbury.
Yes, I'm imagining Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell.
Okay, well that's good. At least you're doing that. We got 5:48 left here. You know, either someone's going to win this game or it's going to be a tie. But both of these teams have played pretty darn well here tonight, Ed.
Yeah, this has been a very entertaining game. I mean, definitely you can see the difference in RPI from the first half of the season to now.
Face off here, one to Burgess. He'll flip it onto the zone. Not enough on it for icing as D. Liberatore is back to pick it up. Worked up the wall. Shot to the near side. Prisky. He overskates. But to the rescue is D. Liberatore. Freshman out of Bedford, Nova Scotia. Worked along. Good hit by Ferner. It's tapped deep. Germain and Samick tie up, and it's going to be Ferner who comes away with it in the end. Off the glass to center. Prisky gathers. Fed down the middle. Lombardi takes a hit from Zeke, and now worked up the wall by Ferner. Threw it into a crowd. Germain throws it far side. Prisky wants to jump into the play. Centering pass. Shot coming. Saved by Savory. Off the shot by Lombardi. Lombardi now tries to center. Fings it all the way back to Prisky. Now to the far point. De Liberatore shot, and that one sticked away by Savory again. Bobcats aren't afraid to throw pucks at the net. You can see why they have such a lopsided shot total. The Engineers have crawled back a bit now. It's 33-18, and RPI ices it here. Shots on goal in favor of Quinnipiac. 4:42 to go, third period. Still 1-1.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, the ice is tilted a lot in favor of Quinnipiac, but RPI, you know, really playing good defensively, playing good offensively, creating their shots, getting their open opportunities, and Andrew Curvin is just playing lights out down there for Quinnipiac. and keeping the Bobcats in this game.
Draw coming up to the right of Savory. Shot comes in, swallowed up on the block by Moore. Fed to the near side, Rafferty. Looking for a shooting lane, fires to the leg. Picked up there by Moore, and he'll skate it out to center. Senior out of Duluth, Minnesota, mirrors Moore. Dad played at UMD. Puck behind the cage. Chuksta. High off the glass and all the way down the ice. Does this have the legs for icing? Tommy Grant's got to get after it. He does. Icing called here against the Bobcats this time. Sets up an offensive zone draw. Now, Engineers haven't been great in the face-off circle tonight. They've been improving all year, but you're without your top face-off man in Jacob Hayhurst, and that kind of bumps everybody up a notch, like tennis. You know, you're playing team tennis, and someone's got to take up a more challenging role on the draw.
Yeah, Quinnipiac just has taken their time out, so we're going to get a break as both teams skate to the bench, and you know, Coach Dave Smith has an opportunity to talk about it. Say, hey guys, someone's got to step up here, either on their face-off or whatever on the point. This game is very winnable for RPI. It's not like they're out of it by any means. Yes, it's a tie score, and yes, Quinnipiac has had the majority of play, but RPI is not out of this by any means. They just have to get one pass Shortridge and take one mistake. You see that Brady Furner, the first shot of the game, Shortridge out of position, it goes in the back of the net. So they just got to keep putting pucks on the net. Hope Shortridge or one of his teammates make a mistake. We saw Chase Zickey try to clear the puck, and it just goes off of Daniel Winslow, and that's RPI's mistake, really. I mean, you can't really call it a mistake because Zickey was in the right position. Just unfortunate that Winslow was there, but you know, something like that happens in this game of hockey, especially with two goaltenders like Savory and Shortridge. It's going to take something like that to win this game. 4:17 left to play in the third. RPI and Quinnipiac tied at 1. So, you know, the way this game is going, you think it's either going to end in a tie or it's going to be entertaining to the end.
All right. I like the sound of that. Face-off win here for the Engineers. Grant, far side point, works it around, hits off the boards, pops right out in front of the goal. And no one really able to anticipate that, how hard that one came off the end boards. Went right through the crease, and Bobcats were able to clear. RPI shoots it back in, and now the Bobcats will reset. Prisky through center, good connection. On comes Martin. He'll shoot it in the near corner of the RPI zone. Does battle with Bear, poked at there. And worked behind by Falstrom. Morello back behind the goal. He'll shoot it near side, nobody home. Prisky waiting for it at the point. Fed towards the net and goes wide. Karam's around to Whiffen on the far side. Whiffen on the move to center. Works it on further. Deliberatory gave it away. Engineers are onside, just barely. As being able to hold the toe there was Gornell. Or so it appears. And now out come the Bobcats the other way. Falstrom near side. Whalen at the blue line. He fires one over the top. Engineers question the onside ability of that play. As and maybe questions both ways. Doesn't matter. Here's the puck's back out to center. Gornell. Rafferty bouncing puck at the RPI line. Corralled by Riley. Goes back behind his own goal. Still Riley. Watched by Tufto. Forces a pass to Johnson, and now on to Lepinen. Lepinen center ice feed. Bowman pokes it, or tried to poke it past his man, but couldn't. And now Tufto's feed was broken up as well. Chopped at there, picked up and dumped in by Lepinen on goal. Shortridge leaves it aside. 2:43 to go in regulation. 1-1 RPI, number 6 Quinnipiac. Rafferty near side, throws it to the RPI line, tipped in deep by Bongiovanni. And now lifted up the near side boards and carried on further by Linden. Tour Linden to center, to the blue line. Lepinen tried a little toe drag, lost the puck. Tipped to the far side. DeYoung shoots it off the boards. Corralled there by Shiplow. And Shiplow will move it along on the carry. Shiplow into the RPI zone, takes a shot. Easy glove save by Savory in the butterfly. And then we get a pro wrestling move started there by Furner, but not finished off. Smart play. Would have been a penalty.
2:12 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac. Shots 34-18 in favor of the Bobcats. But Owen Savory doing a good job in net for RPI. As just after I get done saying it's going to take a fluke, they take a hop off the boards, and you couldn't anticipate that, but it's going to take something like that.
Face off, another win for the Engineers. Moved along by Burgess. Tie up right at the blue line near side. Puck stays in the Quinnipiac zone and in deep. Prisky chased by Burgess, fed behind. Here's Carlos Chukska. Chuksta to center. His pass finds Lombardi in the far circle. Bouncing puck. Burgart couldn't corral. Goes behind the goal. Burgart again trying to center. There was a man open there. It was Lombardi, but they couldn't find him. And now Zeke stick handling. Oh, hit the side of his own net with the puck, but able to recover. Bowman, or Burgess rather, to center ice. Chuksta, far side feed. Has Falstrom there, watched by Lee, who puts on a bit of forecheck pressure and goes off in a change. This should be icing here on Quinnipiac as Prisky just fired it down the ice to no one in particular. 1:23 to go. And it could be an important icing if RPI can take advantage here. Just a minute and 23 on the clock here in a 1-1 game.
Yeah, I think that the puck was rifled in so fast by Prisky it fooled the referees too. And then they realized it should have been icing. So sort of a late whistle. 1:23 left to play in the third. 1-1 RPI and Quinnipiac, and what really has been a really, really good game played by both goaltenders.
Another Bobcat toss from the dot. This time it's Falstrom, but they win it anyway. Prisky behind his own goal. Taps it far side. Hit there. Penalty coming up on RPI. They're going to get Ott here for a hit from behind, or a board. And with a minute 20, the clock's still running. Should probably stop the clock. I feel like Kurt Stunt right now, yelling at the clock operator. There's a minute 20 on the clock. And maybe I should just yell down to them. It was a minute 20 when the clock should have stopped.
Yes.
But anyway, more importantly than them fixing the clock, Donovan Ott's in the box for the remainder of regulation.
Yes, and
plus some overtime. RPI now hoping to get there.
Yeah, and you know the fans don't like that, but it was a very obvious call. You have to call that. So.
I want to see it again here. Yeah, you got to stay away from him there.
Yeah, you have to call that. I mean,
it's a tough play if you're Ott because you want to be physical and you want to go after that puck. But when you see the numbers like that, you just can't. Even if it's the slightest, you know.
Obviously, they didn't try to do it intentionally. He saw the puck. Yeah. He tried to skate through the player to get to the puck. So he didn't really go in like.
Yeah, it wasn't a malicious hit, but the letter of the law says you can't do that.
Right.
So it's going to be a penalty here. Now, I think they're just watching for time. I don't think they're watching for added.
Correct.
Penalty significance, severity. So, a minute 20 here of power play time here, and a chance for Quinnipiac to essentially win the game. And then RPI hoping that they're put minute 23 on the clock. I was wrong. Anyway, it just means potentially more time for RPI to be not shorthanded in overtime. If you think along those lines. Face off here and a big win and a clear for RPI out to center. Gornell shot it down. Now he'll chase. So the Engineers just trying to get to OT here. And they're on the kill. Minute 9 to go in regulation. Moving into the zone. Setting things up are the Bobcats. Their third power play. Rafferty. Far side. Rafferty gets it back. Near side. Tufto drops it off for Rafferty. Far side. Broken up. Whiffen, who's no stranger to shorthanded goals, especially in this building. They nearly picked the pocket of Rafferty. Now Rafferty's going to shoot it in. Tommy Grant trying to get there. Throws it behind. It's broken up. Picked up Whiffen, trying to clear. Can't do so. Kept in Rafferty. 40 to go. Shot comes in. Blocked down. Picked up. Centering feed. They score. A power play goal for Odin Tufto. And the Bobcats lead it 2-1.
Yeah, Odin Tufto again just in the right place at the right time. As the puck just found him, and he was able to put it behind Savory. Again, RPI, unfortunate they couldn't clear the puck. As Brady Whiffen was trying to clear the puck out there, just couldn't do it. As Bongiovanni forming the screen for Savory. And a good screen by Bongiovanni as Quinnipiac takes a 2-1 lead with 34 seconds remaining here at the Fieldhouse.
For Tufto, that's his 14th goal of the year. And it could not have come at a bigger time for Quinnipiac. They take the lead with 34 seconds left. Not really any time for RPI to pull Savory either. He's halfway out of his net in case the Engineers are able to win the draw quickly and move it ahead. But Really a tough way for this one to finish up if you're RPI. Prisky will just shoot it in off the draw, forcing the Engineers to go full 200 feet, 28 seconds left. Corralled there by Falstrom. He'll just spin it right back down low. Penalty coming up here on RPI. As what do we got here? They got Burgess for something? The box is open. I don't know what the penalty is. I'm having deja vu. A penalty I didn't see anything about. Too many men? Unsportsmanlike. Okay, it was on the bench. It was on the bench for, I guess, saying something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, a bench minor here. Another power play for Quinnipiac. Insult to injury here. 18.4 left. Another power play for the Bobcats. Engineers will try and kill this thing off. Centering pass out in front. Oh, Savory with the glove. Absolutely robbing Martin.
Yeah, Owen Savory right out with the save on Martin. Martin right out in front of Savory. And Savory flashing the letter. Savory really playing a great game for RPI.
Yeah, he's going to have 10 losses this year, but it's tough to count how many have been bad games by him. I mean, goals he'd won multiple goals back from, or any for that matter.
Yeah.
He's been superb. RPI shoots it down. Of course, they're shorthanded with 2-1, and that will do it. Quinnipiac escapes here 2-1. You have to say the Engineers put up quite a fight here this evening, but a power play goal by Odin Tufto late on in his third period, and the final minute is the difference. Engineers fall 2-1 to the number 6 team in the country, Quinnipiac, and not the 4-point weekend RPI is looking for, or even the 3, but the way they played both of these nights, you have to, have a positive outlook on how these last 2 regular season weeks are going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and RPI really say what you will about, I know a lot of people, a lot of fans, a lot of alumni were really upset with the way, Coach Smith was hired and how it brought in, and yes, he had the same record in a perceived weaker league than, the guy he replaced. But you got to look at the big picture, too. Dave Smith built that team up from scratch in Canisius for the past 12 years. So, and, Smith struck when the iron was hot, and, and he's really brought that energy to RPI and really reinvigorated the team on the ice. Just, from what I've seen over the past couple years of announcing RPI hockey, this was a good quality game. It's been a while since I was able to say an RPI game has been entertaining. I said it multiple times, but yeah, this was really a good quality game for both teams, and both teams still jawing at each other as they get off the ice, as the referee's still saying, hey, get off the ice. So don't know what that's about, but the referees will solve that. So. And
I'll run down the scoring here, and then Ed will come up as offensive defensive engineers of the game and get us out of here while I go attend to the rest of my duties here. Brady Ferner opened the scoring at 1:32 of the first period. His second goal of the year from Kyle Hallbauer and Brady Whiffen. Then Daniel Winslow tied things up at 11:51 of the second from Brogan Rafferty and Scott Davidson. Then the eventual game winner at 19:26, a power play goal by Odin Tufto from Ethan DeYoung, and Brogan Rafferty stood as the game winner over that final 34 seconds. And Savory made 34 saves. Once again, a big save total for him, keeping RPI in it. But speaking of keeping his team in it, it's not going to look like it on the score sheet, as Andrew Shortridge only made 17 saves, but half a dozen gems from him and from Savory for that matter. The goaltending was on display here tonight. A 2-1 Quinnipiac win. And your offensive defensive engineers, you can take us out of here.
All right. Offensively, I'm going to give it actually to a line of Tor Linden, Otavilla, Lepinen, and Nick Bowman. That line really hustling out there for RPI, making things happen. Unfortunately for them, there was nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, but Tor Linden especially on that line with Lepinen and Bowman really, really hustling, generating some offense, finding the open man, finding the open shots, generating shots, and unfortunately they just ran into Andrew Shortridge, the best goaltender in the country statistically for Quinnipiac. They should have had about 3 or 4. They should have put it past Shortridge, but you know, Shortridge statistically is the best goaltender in the country for a reason, and it was definitely on display here today. Defensively, I'm going to give the offensive player of the game hands down to Owen Savory. Yes, the 2 goals that he led, you can really say weren't his fault. One was a bad clear by Chase Zeke, who was in position to clear it. It just hit the leg of Daniel Winslow. And the second one was a power play goal where the second goal, the Quinnipiac goal, is a shorthanded goal that, you know, he really couldn't do anything about. Brady Ferner trying to clear the puck out of the zone. They couldn't do it. And right place, right time, one of those situations that unfortunately Owen Savory, he gets the loss, but he deserved much better in this game here today. So I'm sure Savory wanted better, but he didn't have better. So Tor Linden, Otto Lepinen, and Nick Bowman, offensive players of the game, that whole line, and Owen Savory, the defensive player of the game. Unfortunately, you know, it goes a loss on the scoreboard, but the 2-1 loss is no reflection of the way RPI played here today. RPI really, really deserved to win this game. They just ran into a hot goaltender in Andrew Shortridge. So that will do it for us here at the Fieldhouse and in the press box. Before we go off the air, we'd like to thank the RPI, the Rensselaer Union, for providing funding for WRPI and all club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI men's and women's ice hockey, football, and baseball. I'd also like to remind you WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to www.wrpi.org, and you can hear our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we're proud to broadcast on the internet feed. Once again, it is www.wrpi.org, and we'd like to thank everybody for listening out on the interwebs, as they call it here. And we'd also like to thank the guys and the girls back at the studio for getting us on the air and making sure we stayed on the air throughout the game today. And also, WRPI is seeking current RPI students to make live calls of games such as the one you just heard between RPI and Quinnipiac. If you are interested, shoot us an email at rpi.sports@rpi.edu, and we will do our best to accommodate you. There are opportunities this season to get on the air for baseball later on, if you so choose to, and next season for men's and women's ice hockey as well as football. So if you think you want to try your hand, shoot us an email. Once again, it is wrpi-sports@rpi.edu. It is very fun, but it is also very time-consuming. So take that for what it's worth, but the fun outweighs the time commitment that is needed. So if you're so inclined and you want to try it, shoot us an email and we will accommodate you. We have a student, Joe Piscano, who's out there trying to recruit. So we would appreciate that if you would try your hand at it. You will be trained even if you don't know any of the sports, football, baseball, or hockey. It's always a learning experience. There's plenty of people here that are always willing to help and get you started. So, yeah. The next sports broadcast here for men's hockey will be next weekend, Friday and Saturday, as RPI travels to Colgate and Cornell. So for Perry Lascaris, I'm Ed DeGarian. Final score here from the Fieldhouse is Quinnipiac 2, RPI 1. You've been listening to live coverage of Engineers Men Hockey on 91.5 FM, WRPI, Troy.